the best first episode I've ever seen of a show.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Like as he's getting his ass whooped, you were like, ooh. I was like, God, stop whooping his ass. Give him a minute.
I ended up watching it last week. Do you guys watch like the last act, like the little shorts that they have at the very end?
I don't. Why?
I never watched it either, and I don't know what possessed me not watch this episodes of it.
Spoil something for us? Is that what you're about to do?
No, it was like
I could spoil it.
Yeah, no.
Y'all wanna get spoiled of it? How is
And we back with another episode of On-Site Verdict. It's your boy Dutch,
Yo Hohan?
Your boy, that's it.
and we about to get into a new anime that just popped off this season. Your boy Dasip put us onto it. It was
For
what's it
sure.
called? Ninja Kami?
Ninja Kamoy.
Ninja
Ninja
Kamoy.
Kamoy.
Oh man, and
Man.
I tell you this, guys,
Best start of the year.
best
Start
start.
of the
And
year.
the crazy part is we had another anime shorter that had one of the greatest
I thought
First
Ishiro's
episodes
first. Yes, I thought Ishiro's first
that we
episode
seen
was
and then-
amazing, and then I
then-
seen this one.
And then they said, "Hold my bear,"
"Hold my beer."
and I might say that was a mighty fine bear that I was holding on to.
It was. I agree, man. Look, let me tell you something. When I saw it the first episode, I know y'all just saw it now, but when I saw the first episode, I was just like, just because how the intro coming into it, like you see the guy running, and it looks like he's just one of these business guys, just wrong place, wrong time, getting chased down, look like somebody, then all of a sudden I just see like fog starts coming up. You feel the
He
intensity.
looked like a main character.
They start
though.
building it
Nah.
for when
He looked
started
like a
fighting,
dude that was finna die.
No.
when he started fighting,
no.
he looked
Yes.
like he had some main character
Yeah.
capability.
When he was
did.
fighting,
He
nigga,
had.
but until that point, when he was running in that alley, and then he went up, and
main
then it
character
zoomed in on him.
tendencies. Yeah, you right.
When it
you
zoomed
right.
in on him, at that point, I was like, "Oh, he's done. He's dead."
Bro, when he looked
And then
back,
he prairie to everything,
on.
and I was like, "Oh no, he's that guy.
exactly.
He's him."
When he looked back, he had caught those 3 needles on with his mouth and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
mid
was like,
fight.
oh
though, bro.
shit, okay, he raw.
Yeah,
he's someone with some skill, and he ended up dying anyway.
Yeah, it gave you hope that you was like, "Yo, this is the guy that we're gonna be following."
it was great.
And then they followed up with it with many more slashes. And
It
the
was
dude
really great.
put that collar around his neck
yeah,
and it hit him with the finishing move and just
Yeah.
guillotined him.
Yeah.
He said, "Get her here. Get over here." Wham! I'm like, "Oh my goodness, bro." I was like, "Okay, so I know what this anime is about."
I'm not.
And then
gonna
it
lie.
started going into some story, and I'm like, "All right, classic."
did.
You know what I
Something
mean?
like, I'm not gonna lie,
Classic,
it was
I thought it was
villain-esque,
gonna be-
bro. Like it literally gave me some villain saga vibes.
Nah, but I thought
Where
it
you
was.
saw where like what the father was trying to give like his son a normal life and everything.
Well,
That's what I felt what was going on.
Well, the thing is, it literally just cut there. It was just kind of just a family living their life, and you kind of know
Exactly.
that it was like. You
But
thought
it
some-
felt like it felt like villain saga to me though. I'm
No,
not
it
gonna lie,
didn't.
bro. I'm not gonna lie. Blue eyes, white hair. It immediately I saw that, and it thought of me about villain.
Look like somebody that could be in villain solid.
It looked like Thorfinn. What are you talking about? Let's just be honest here. It looked like Thorfinn, and it looked like he was living a life. It looked like they were living a peaceful life. I'm not gonna lie. During the middle of it, I was like, damn, bro. They did play some country music or like some like really soothing down south thing. I was like, damn, bro. I
Bro.
was like, yo, I want to go buy John Deere.
100%
Come on,
guaranteed
Deere.
the same voice actor was not singing, bro. They literally put on a voice
No, I'm
track.
not talking about him singing.
No,
I'm
I'm
talking
just
about
saying
the music
because
and the atmosphere. and
Old boy
everything,
had
bro.
that deep voice like, "Oh, Murihara," and then as soon as she started singing, she said, "I was like, nah, boy, nah, that boy was
I'm
not
just saying,
getting down like
it
that."
made me
dog.
feel like country life looked really soothing and it's very peaceful.
Okay,
That's why they gave me that.
Let me ask y'all this. Did
Yo.
y'all think that his whole family was gonna get whopped like that?
Obviously.
No, it wasn't until
Yes.
it wasn't
until
until watching it.
walking upstairs.
No, until he started fucking saying something because he's a freaking spoiler here.
I am.
100%.
No, I knew the moment that the way it started, and then they went transitioned straight into a loving family moment, where there's a bunch of montages of how happy he is with his family,
Mm-hmm.
and then they make the pretense of how the wife is like, "I'm scared.
Yeah.
I think this looks familiar." He
Yeah.
goes, "We're safe. They can never find
They're
us
not gonna
here."
track
You don't
us.
say
That's
that.
true. That's
You don't
true.
say that. And then he sings a Kumbaya song to his son
To
the
make
night
everybody
before he
happy.
dies, right after his birthday.
Yeah.
Spoiler, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, I
spoiler
mean,
alert.
yeah, if you haven't watched this, everything is going to be a spoiler. But yeah, no, it makes sense because you knew something was going to happen. For me, it was like I didn't expect so much action to be packed in that first episode. Like,
Yeah.
I thought they might have dragged on a little bit more family time. But they were just like, no, this is a family. He loves his family. They're worried.
They're dead.
And then the ninjas
Right.
came in and was
The
like,
ninjas
yo,
dead.
we're ninjas and ninjas are ruthless.
Yeah,
bro.
they are.
Yeah,
They're-
Ruthless, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. The
They
animation.
said no
on
one
this,
will survive.
The animation on this was on point. Even though sometimes they use like reuse scenes, I definitely noticed that they reused some scenes on this. They definitely showed it like twice. The fighting reminded me of Boondocks, and Boondocks fighting is always so freaking great.
Top
It's
tier.
always it's like top tier. This is just straight up Boondocks fighting. Every time this guy was fighting and killing somebody, it was very impactful and left like a standing like memory to me watching this episode. I love the animation on this. I love how like the story started. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably up there with probably the best first episode I've ever seen of a show.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah, that's 100%. That's
Yeah.
100% factual.
You seen the first episode?
Not like
Because
this.
the
No.
thing is, and they have to fit so much in such a short period of time because it wasn't a longer episode anime than normally it
wasn't.
was. You know what I mean?
But, like,
it was
it
a
gave you
standard one,
enough.
but the thing
Yeah.
is it had so much too, and it was fluent. It was like, yo, it hit you with the action in the beginning, where it was like, oh, okay, look, we got the animation for the action. Boom, then it hit you with like, yo, this is a loving family. He loves his family. Boom, then it hit you with the action of the invasion of the ninjas and coming in, then killing his family.
Can-
And then you're like, you kind of know when he checks his posts,
Can-
you kind of like, oh, I know that he's probably gonna come back and it's gonna be one of the illest revenge stories ever.
Before you continue, can I just say this? Like, I live in an apartment complex, and it made me feel like watching this when they were doing the family moment. It made me feel like buying a John Deere.
Yeah,
I don't even got I don't got a front
Just-
yard or backyard to do
just-
that.
just-
But it made me feel
right.
like buying a fucking John Deere.
just start just
Why you
driving by any picket
What?
fence
Why are you looking like that? Why you don't want him to buy a John Deere?
because
Because I don't even do it.
Because your old Hondas is gonna be on somebody else's random property.
Exactly,
Just John
like,
Deere away.
They're for-
Yo, Honda, get off my property!
saying,
I'm
I'm
tired
saying
of you
I'm
being on here.
I don't have nowhere else to go.
I've been playing that music and everywhere like, drinking a beer in my left
Just
hand,
watching
like,
the
yeah.
ninja, just watching it. Just every time it comes out, he's just mowing the
It was
lawn of
dope.
somebody else's
Okay,
lawn.
so look, I have a question.
I'm listening.
Do you guys think that this anime is going to be as action-filled as the first episode? Because we watched another
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
It should,
Ashura.
It's sure that the first episode was
Yep.
banging.
Yeah.
But they kind of like...
It kind of fell off a little bit, but
So like,
Not
I
with the
think
last episode.
Ashura. No, the thing is like Ashura is like 6 episodes. We're gonna be talking about it later, but like right now Ashura is like 6 episodes. It's been a lot of world building. So the thing is with this one is that it's been the very first episode. It's very impactful and it grabs you. But since it's only the first episode, we don't know how it's gonna progress. So what they could have done is that they could put everything onto the first episode to make us like, make us hype for it, and
Yeah.
it might not continue. But I do have high hopes for this, and just knowing that it's Adult Swim that is doing this again, if they do it like how Boondocks are, again I mentioned it earlier. Boondocks is on
Yeah.
Adult Swim, and like when they do action scenes, it doesn't happen frequently. But when it does
do top
happen,
tier.
it's really freaking great. I'm not gonna lie, they have probably one of the best dodgeball episodes I've seen in anime.
Yeah.
Like cartoon made or anime, whatever you want to kind of categorize that.
yeah.
So,
No, they do. They have great animation,
when the action scenes happen, they happen. They're really
Yeah.
great.
but to answering Kaney's question because nobody answered this question is so. I think in my prediction, I think that it will have action. It might not have all the way action, but the reason why I say so is this one has vengeance. So he literally survived, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he would probably have been okay with not living. But since he's alive, his sole purpose is literally just gonna be like he's literally just the samurai John Wick or ninja John Wick now, because it's like,
can I
you
say-
killed my wife and my kid. Like there's like my life is no more other than to kill you now. Like what am I here for other than to kill you? So I doubt that there's gonna be a lot of episodes in between where he's not killing somebody.
I'm gonna go ahead and piggyback what you were saying right there. A lot of the things I love, especially again, spoiler alert, is gonna be on a rooftop when he was fighting the ninjas on the top of the roof.
Yeah,
He was doing minimal movements. And he was just destroying everybody,
bro.
killing everybody.
that's so true.
with the ease.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like, it was not just showing like how strong he is, it's showing how technical he is, and then he barely had to move anything.
Well, to be honest,
just
you have to
to
think
kill
about
them
it.
all.
He wasn't really being technical in that fight. It's the fact was he was actually out of his mind in that moment, so he was pretty much of what I would consider a Goku Ultra Instinct
Exactly.
moment where he wasn't.
But he barely had to move.
But he wasn't doing that subconsciously though. That's the thing. I mean, he was doing it subconsciously. He wasn't.
Yeah,
doing it
that's what I'm
himself.
saying. But that's
Like
what
it was
is.
like literally
Bro.
like he
Was
makes
he using Naruto?
Ninjutsu.
like when he did that cloud
Bro, no,
shit,
when he started doing the
Oh my
ninjutsu
goodness,
stuff,
bro.
it made me like, oh shit. So it's not just fighting technique. It made me like, oh, so it's like other stuff on top of the just
like
fighting
he's like
technique.
a demon now, bro.
That's what it showed.
When he put him in that elevator,
Oh,
Oh, bro.
And
Yo,
you-
I was like, yo, Captain America. He's about to just beat all of their asses in there.
It was worse
And it's
than
exactly
that.
what
It was worse than
happened.
that.
Exactly what
way
happened.
worse.
it was way worse. Them people.
I mean, you're right, because he killed
Tell me
him.
now, when
You're right.
The elevator opened, they were like, oh my god.
Yo, dudes take a step back like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I signed up for this.
No.
I thought we was jumping him.
Yeah, no.
Like,
Really,
am I getting jumped by one person? This is crazy.
Right.
no, I will say that regardless of whether it has another episode like it did today, whether it slows down a little bit, I think that
It's worth watching.
given the first episode that came out, how it came out, it hit every nail on the head from what you said: action, story, emotion, drama, suspense, blood, gore.
Yeah.
Like it literally touched on everything that somebody would want, minus comedy. And there was a small tidbit of comedy in the beginning that it was kind of like dry humor for the
Yeah.
family.
I feel
or
like if
whatever.
anything, if
It could
anything, the
have
comedy
something.
got switched to wholesome because it felt like very wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
it went
it's
from
comedy.
like murder to a Hallmark card in like 2
Yeah,
seconds.
it
Yeah.
definitely did.
You know, and then went back to murder.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
My boy was talented. My boy can sing and he can kill.
yeah.
I'm
And he
just
was
saying.
partial
That
mechanic. He
boy,
was
that
fixing
boy
a
know how to
bike,
kill
bro.
on the stage and kill in the shadows. My
what I'm
boy,
saying?
that boy was out here,
I think
bro.
this is definitely gonna be one of the top animators of the year.
I have to say so myself.
if
I
it
think
continues on
just from the
course.
animation, just from the storyline, from it, you know what I mean? I think it can only go up from here at this point because the thing
I
is what you're
hope.
saying is like, oh, you think there's gonna be action, but the thing is like they didn't wait for him to, they attacked him as soon as he was in the hospital and found out that he was alive.
But I'm gonna say
So
this.
it's not like they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna be like, oh no,
But-
he's strong. Let me leave him alone.
See, I
No,
would
they're gonna
agree with
send
you.
more people.
I would
on
100% agree with you if it wasn't for like Ashura, because like that's what happened with Ashura. Ashura.
What is he
started
gonna do?
really
Go find
strong.
another family?
And the thing is, Ashura started really strong, and then it kind of
The
like.
thing is,
and the thing is, it's understandable because the way we talk about Ashura later.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're
I
getting into
apologize.
Ashura a lot. The thing is Ashura he went from different aspects of it, which is
Okay.
different.
So I have a question. So where do you think it's gonna go from here? Because the thing is,
Revenge story, what are you
it's
talking
about?
interesting.
Revenge
So
story.
he's
He's a-
somebody that's raw that was hiding. He was in hiding.
My guy,
Mhm.
he put up.
Because he changed his face. So if you guys had a prediction, why do you think they're hunting him? And why do you think he was hiding?
He
I
stopped
say-
being a ninja. Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
say he used to be an ex-assassin of some form.
There you go.
Some of a clan, and they don't do that whole you quit business.
Oh, that's true.
They're
Yeah.
probably like, yo, it's either you with us or you die.
Him putting on that mask is basically saying like, I'm gonna have to embrace more how I was before,
Yeah.
How I used to
and
be.
I'm killing
Yeah,
everybody.
I'm gonna go back and show them what's popping.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I feel like they were probably. I think that they were a part of a group or something, a part of a clan, like you were saying, a part of a clan that used to be, and they did something to somebody, and they are just trying to go on with their lives, and that person never forgot. So this is like a revenge, and now it's a revenge to a revenge
what
story.
I think it is?
I think it's a revenge to a
I
revenge.
think it was he used to be in a ninja clan. He found somebody. He made a family.
Try to be
Tried
peace.
to run.
Yep.
because
But why
he
did they
was
kill the first person in the first scene?
He was running too.
like, well,
Yeah, but he
maybe-
didn't have a family.
Well, we don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I
That
think
we know
everybody
of.
tried. I think it was they were all part of that clan. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
And then like they all did some shit, and then they were all like, "All right, fuck it, let's get out of this shit."
Because that's what I see. I feel like he found somebody, made a family, or maybe that girl was part of the clan too. They
Mhm.
made a family. They try to run because they have a son now,
That's true.
and they were like, "Yo, we're gonna have to go in hiding."
That's
They
a
found
that's
where they were at,
Mhm.
and this is where it came up here.
that's the great thing about this episode is the fact that you could literally go to any direction
yeah.
with it,
Yeah.
and it's gonna seem exciting. So
Yeah.
hopefully they just follow through. They just keeping the excitement. I don't know if they're gonna keep the action. I feel like they will keep the action.
Yeah, they got to.
The way that it is now, just because again, when I saw the action in Boondocks, it's literally been always top tier when it comes to animation wise. So if they can actually do a full fighting story, I feel like they're gonna excel on it, and I think it's gonna be a very good watch. And it's only been episode 1, but they already got me hooked. Like I'm waiting for the next episode. He told me it's gonna come out on Sunday.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
tomorrow.
It's on a Saturday. We were recording this on a Saturday. I can't wait.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
You know what we always can't wait for, and every week, Solo Leveling.
Yep.
And this week, for not waiting, it did not miss again. I think personally, the pacing that they have going into this week and figuring out where they're going into next week based on that pacing that they're continuing on is magnifique. I think that they are literally spreading this out like you spread your lady's legs open, nice and slow. They get it right. They're lathering this anime up, and they're giving it to you nice and dirty.
Yeah.
Because boy, this was an episode that had me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, because the thing is, you know, I read the manhwa and everything, so I know what's happening, but I don't know specifically, like, since this is so early on, I don't know exactly everything that's happening. I can see this and it's jogging my memory, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, yo, it shouldn't be that much really action, because it's like he just got out the other dungeon, and I forgot that. Oh, spoiler alert!
Spoilers.
Because we're gonna be talking about this. If you haven't watched Solo Leveling episode 7, then please do, because it was a treat. At the beginning of the episode, it's just, you know, showing him a little bit about his family, you know, showing him and his sister, his relationship. So you're like, okay, I kind of expect this. And then it shows that, you know, him and his mom, and, you know, his mom is sick. And then he gets a daily request. And he gets to get
He got hyped. No, the thing is, he got hyped.
Yeah.
Once he saw the, what was it, like the
rewards.
revival, the rewards for it.
Yeah, it was a
he
random
was
reward.
like, yo, I'm going to go do this right now.
Yeah, it was
I can help my mom.
the elixir of life.
Can this help my mom?
He was
I'm
like,
going to go do this right
I'm
now.
going right now.
Bro, and he got heat checked.
Bro, because
He got heat checked.
But the thing is yeah, he got heat checked. But the thing is, he knew he was pretty much. He was like, yo, if anything, this is going to be kind of like an S-Rag Denja Woody Whoop. I already know. That boy got heat checked though. But he got heat checked. But the boy was just like, yo, confidence won me the other fights. That Cerberus said, whop, fuck your confidence, nigga. I'm about that.
Tell me now, this is the first time you actually see him run, though.
Bro.
I gotta run it high. We gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
Bro.
He used potions for the first time.
Yeah.
Another thing.
No,
Go.
You
go.
No, because I started. You should
go ahead.
continue.
You go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go then.
I think that the fact that he's I'd say he's had some struggle most of the anime, and a lot of what they're showing you is a lot of what he is struggling. But I think this fight, just having to see him be like in the moment, like there was so many times that they freeze framed. There was one of those like, this is the moment he fucked up. And they just like, the Cerberus is smacking him across the thing, and he doesn't even get a second, and Cerberus is smacking him again.
Facts.
And it's like he's literally surviving but evolving at the same time, because the whole time he didn't panic. He ran and he got away and he made moves, and he looked like he was panicking, but like he was just figuring things out. His brain was like, yo, I'm dying. The game is telling me I'm dying, so that means it doesn't want me to die. I have to succeed. Let's figure this out.
Right.
So I just think they're giving you so much. Like, you were with him. Like, as he's getting his ass whooped, you were like, oh. I was like, God, stop whooping his ass. Give him a minute, Serby. Give him a minute.
Serby was looking like Forrest Gump, and he was looking like the ping pong ball.
He was just.
He was.
I'm like, boy, just chill out, boy.
He was getting destroyed. He was getting destroyed.
Ragtagging him. Oh, and when he threw him against the wall and he had him in his teeth, and it said 179 life, and then he just kept proceeding to smack him into a whole bunch of other shit. I was like, boy. I was like, that shit was crazy. They smacked him to like 9 different things after they said 179.
Yeah. Like, boy, what is happening?
He must have had like 7 life after all that shit.
Like 1, bro. They should have definitely highlighted it.
When
I
he
got-
was
I gotta
on the
say,
floor
though-
after
go ahead.
everything just sprawled out, just like bleeding
Right.
out, I was like, he caught a thoroughbred ass whooping.
Boy, you ain't got no more potions.
Thoroughbred
Right.
ass whooping.
And you know the thing is, like, talking about potions is something that I love that they did, and it was very subtle. I'm not sure how many people caught this, and if I'm wrong, definitely comment below to correct me on this. But like when he took the potion, it said that you took 20% less physical damage.
Oh, you talking about the
But you do, but the thing is, you do 35% less damage.
Yeah.
But the negative never happened.
Yeah, exactly.
And the negative never happened is because when he was drinking alcohol before, you never see that negative effect actually occur to him.
It cleanses.
So that's the thing. So the thing is, it made it. So that's what I love about the show and this anime and this episode. I apologize. Is that it was foreshadowing. It's like, yo, he could take this potion. That it could give you a negative effect, but the negative effect doesn't pertain to him.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love that because the only thing you saw is just like he just get the negative 20 physical damage, but he didn't get the negative side effect of it. So like that foreshadowing of it, and him finally using the shop for the first time, he was like, "Oh shit, I forgot I have a shop.
Yeah.
What's in this?"
Everybody,
Yeah,
that's
he was
why.
like, hold on. Let me.
The subtleties of this is just again is what makes me appreciate the show, and it's building up for the future. And like again, that's something that could easily could have been missed.
Yo, isn't it funny that when he beat him, he's like, "Oh, I got the key for the main castle, but I'm gonna wait."
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
That boy-
You know what? But if I go there now, I'm gonna
Yeah,
die.
that boy said, I got heat checked enough.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
yeah.
But
I'll be back. I'll be back though. I'll be back
I've had
though.
enough.
I'm gonna level up. I got
Because
a lot more
I'm
miles
not gonna
to
lie,
run.
he used his like what was it called, like his full stamina recovery up or full recovery up mad early when he was half health.
Well, you say it was mad early. I thought about that too as well. I was like, dog, you did
Right.
it mad early, but he only had one arm as well, so it was either
Yeah.
fight with one arm.
He only
That's
had one
true.
arm twice.
Yeah. So it was like, yo, I'm below half health with one arm. I might as well recover. Trying to see what I can have.
You're right,
get
you're
both
right.
My arms back to have a better defense.
But the thing is, he didn't know he was gonna get knocked
didn't know
down like that again.
Bro, he didn't know
Hey,
Cerberus had
hold
that
on.
buff.
I gotta say,
No,
go ahead.
He didn't know
Go ahead.
Cerberus had that buff. That's what I love, because this was the first time
Yeah.
that we seen him actually been able to use his buff. It was like his killer intent, where it could debuff people by 50%. That shit said, shut up.
Nah,
boy,
get the
I'm
fuck out of
Cerberus.
here. Who's scared of
You
you?
know what? Matter of fact,
Who's scared of you?
buffing my shit up by 100%. What's good?
Right. What you
And
gonna
he
do
was
about
like,
it? What
damn,
you gonna do about it?
You gonna go by 50? Now you up
Nothing.
by 100?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Game over.
So yeah, so go ahead, my bad. But yeah, that shit,
Nah.
that's the shit that I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. This boy thought he was gonna fucking reduce him by 50, but the boy went up by
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
So now this nigga was in a horrible position because it's like, well, shit. I thought I was gonna be able to fucking
Walk
breeze
him.
through this bitch.
Yeah.
But the thing is, going on top of that is like he figured out. He's like, oh shit, I can't beat this guy. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
No,
What happened? And what happened? Oh fuck.
Best thing that
I lost.
happened-
He lost the freaking sigil for him to teleport out of there.
Best thing that
Now the only thing he has to do is actually defeat him.
happened.
That's true. So the thing is, I think that was the best thing that happened to him, because
Yeah, it was.
if not, he would have never gained those levels. He would
Exactly.
never did
Right?
to get the key to go.
Because he was gonna leave. He was gonna
He was
leave.
gonna leave. He was like, bro, I gotta get out of
He
here.
was like,
boy."
fuck
Yeah. He's like, I can't beat this guy.
Oh, when that thing flew away, he was like, oh crap.
Crap. Yeah.
Now I have to try to kill this dude.
Yep.
And that's why we figured out about the story thing, and then that's when we figured out about like the the debuff really don't affect him. Again, it's a lot of.
Man was amazing.
Yeah, and
This
and for the-
story is amazing because this is an anime, sir.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, but it comes
They're actually adapting. They're adapting it really well.
It's really great.
They are.
I'm enjoying it, and I even love for I don't want to get into it, but too much. But when he killed that dude's brother, and they showed him, and he crushed that tablet.
Yo, when he
y'all
was
just watch out for him, bro. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
when he was like, you know what? Just put it in a point. Oh, we're completely booked. All right. Well, at one point, I'm gonna see him. When I'm not booked, I'm gonna go ahead and see this guy. Again, it's just building up the hype, and that's what
But it's
I'm not
funny,
gonna lie.
He's an E class and a D class, right?
Yeah. No, he's
And-
E class, and then he's something class. Who knows?
No, no,
Ass,
no, no,
he's
I'm
ass,
talking
he's
about
ass.
the people
knows?
he's going for.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a
D
D
and E,
class and
D
an
and
E
E.
class,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm gonna murk these dudes.
Yes,
he's like, yo,
yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
did.
make him a puddle. They're gonna
Yeah.
be a puddle of
They're gonna just die.
juice when
Not
I'm
knowing
done
what
with
he's
them.
going for, though.
So this is something that the webtoon didn't have because the webtoon did not highlight these other characters, and I feel like this show is doing a great job at foreshadowing you see this brother, you hear him saying that, it might not hype you up. As a reader of the manhwa, it's definitely gonna hype you up because you might remember what happened and you might know some things of it. And this is kind of like a nice little segue I want to do with this. Yeah. This is why I like reading the manga and also watching the anime afterwards, because even though you reread this story years ago, when you watch the anime, you forget a lot of like the key points or a lot of like points. So when you see it again as anime format, and then you see it being done really well as they're doing a really great adaptation to this, you get to appreciate it, and it feels like you're watching it the whole thing all over again for the first time.
I feel it. I feel that though. No, I feel it because I've been thinking about that because I don't like being spoiled, but I still yet look forward to Solo Leveling every week.
You don't feel spoiled.
You don't feel it.
Yeah,
you don't feel it.
Forward to it because it's like
you know what's gonna happen.
Generally, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
But I sometimes
how does it happen?
Specifics of how it's happening.
Yeah.
And I can still enjoy the specifics of what it is.
So
right.
I might start reading manga now. He might get me over to the manga train, but the thing is I didn't like getting spoiled, but damn, it's good. It is.
Go ahead.
I really enjoyed it.
I think it was probably the best episode so far, just in terms of showing that just that level of experience he gained from that fight alone, how he fought it, how he had to overcome that fight because it was one of those fights that could have easily gone the other way. Also, I just want to highlight how strong he actually really is because that Cerberus was bopping him.
Bro, destroyed him.
Buff, bro.
He had 3,000 HP.
He doubled up. Elixir, it was still mitigating like 80 until it ran his buff or whatever it ran.
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So he was at 100% more, and he was still tanking them hits because the boy was ping ponging him. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
He was ping ponging him.
It was.
You know what I mean? And he didn't have that buff. He didn't have the Venom buff at first. Either.
Nope.
And the Cerberus had that 100 buff. So boy is strong. My bad. Boy is a tank.
He was getting his ass whooped, but he's obviously capable of fighting much stronger foes than he thinks. Not like as stronger than that, but like stronger than he thinks in terms of like regular creatures.
I don't know. The thing is, I kind of disagree with that because the thing is that he went to an S dungeon to kind of heat check himself to see how strong he could do. This is just like the watchdog in front of the S dungeon. So like, and like the thing is, right before that, he beat just a C rank. Is it a C rank or a B rank creature?
C rank.
He beat a C rank boss, which almost got him if it wasn't for the which it wasn't for the self revive, and he definitely did level up from that. But the thing is, this is
not just from that, from killing all those dudes too. He leveled up from them too.
But he barely got past this. It wasn't for his passive where he doesn't get the negative debuff because if you get the negative effects where his physical attacks did less damage, it would have taken longer and he might not have been able to beat this person.
What I think is the reason that it took so long for him is he didn't have battle experience.
He didn't.
So I would say if he was at that power level for a while, he would probably still defeat that boss.
But if
he knew what he was doing, you know what I mean?
But can I say this?
He's
Go ahead.
smart enough to defeat the boss, but he wasn't smart enough to beat the boss because he's never.
You're right.
Battle situations to know exactly how.
This is why.
Situations, but I think he was strong enough to beat that boss.
But the thing is, this is where I'm saying this is definitely a heat check because he went from beating a C tier boss to going to an S tier guard dog. That is a massive jump. It said it was an S tier dungeon.
No, he didn't.
It said it was an S tier dungeon.
It is an S tier dungeon, but he didn't go in the dungeon. That was just the first boss.
No, but exactly though.
Like, hello, welcome to my dungeon.
You don't think the person at the gate's an S tier?
No, not S tier, but it should be around B to A, B to A. So that's what I'm saying was a heat check. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that was an S tier boss.
It's not even a boss, it's a mini boss.
But the thing is, you gotta understand, like it's like you going from like you're going from a C tier dungeon automatically to an S, and you're facing the first creature you see in the S tier dungeon, and that's what he figured, and that's what he saw. Yeah. And that almost killed him. Yeah. He realized that.
But it's different. I don't think that's just a creature. That is like when
that was the guard dog.
That's what I'm saying. That is a
boss
of that level.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a whole nother level of
whole
monster.
nother level. Exactly.
He didn't just do a small bump.
Because be honestly,
defeating it didn't get him the elixir of life. Defeating it just got him the recipe.
can
To make
get that,
the
but,
elixir.
but,
Hold on.
But if it's an S tier Dushin, that boss at least has to be 8.
Yeah,
it has to be
At
A.
least
And
has to be
then
a high A.
and let me compare this to the episode we saw before, because he did the same thing where he rejuvenated himself completely, and he was able to just basically kill the C tier boss with no problem.
Yeah.
He did this here, and it did not get him anywhere.
No.
He literally had to go to the shop, had to buy more stuff, and even then, he
to game
barely
plan.
got away from it because again, he fully
Had
recovered.
to regroup.
He had fully recovered, and even after fully recovering, he still went back to half health and basically went all the way to 100 health. So it shows you how much of a difference that was compared to the C tier boss, and that's why I'm saying this anime is doing a really great job of doing this.
Yeah.
Like the animation, again, from reading it, the art style, I'm gonna say is one of the best things I've ever read. I feel like animation wise, they're doing a great job because of the fact that I didn't see too much still screens, and I literally pointing it out. I will point out when I see a lot of still screen and animation is bad, but this one had animation, like great animation all the way through. Like it did not bother me at all. The fight scenes were all fluid. Everything was just great about this. I will give this a 10 out of 10. And I really hope it continues this way.
Like 9.5, but yeah, no, I agree. It was they solo leveling. Keep doing your thing, man. I'm really glad with you, A1 Studios.
Yeah.
We want you to keep up.
Facts.
with this
Y'all should have
job and
done
good
everything
work.
else.
What were you
Right.
graded
Should have
as?
done God of High School.
10.
Yeah, doing a 10?
Yeah.
Should have did everything. But we're gonna get into another anime that's been popping off this season. An anime that I honestly, at the beginning of it, didn't really think that it was gonna be that great. We're gonna talk about Fair and Beyond Journey's End.
The one that you
And
thought didn't
I
have
thought
no
it was
action.
yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be action. And to be
If
honest,
you don't want action,
it's-
watch this.
Yeah,
Man.
it still is not like super action packed.
But when
It has its
But
episodes.
it has
Yes.
action in a lot of episodes, and it's still great. Like you enjoy all of it, and it's living up to all the hype that it came up to. Right now, they're taking a first class major exam.
Yeah.
And as Kenny was saying before, I think pretty much all really anime lovers love a good test, a good like test arc, a good training arc type thing. You know, a little tournament arc type thing, and that's what's going on right now. And they're not letting us
They're
down.
not missing.
Right now.
They're not missing.
Yeah, they're in a dungeon now. And the thing about this anime too is just like the simple fact that like when she's going through the dungeon and she's reminiscing about Himmel. And
Himmel.
she's Sir
Himothy.
Himmel,
Bro. Himothy.
Himothy. Yeah, she's like reminiscing about how he enjoyed the dungeons, and this is how she's going to enjoy the dungeons too. Just those little aspects of reminiscing about the past into the future, then going into the action is what makes this anime such a great anime in my book.
I fully agree with you. Like the nice little intricacies with the characters, how we have one character that's trying to unite everybody and be together as one party, and everybody's using their own like arrogance and their own like, nah, I'm strong enough to be able to do this by myself. Like this anime is showing you so many different sides of characters. It's showing you, I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite parts, and it's very ridiculous, but the fact that Farron has a spell that you cast it and you have like a 99% chance to see if this is a mimic or it's a freaking chest.
Yeah.
But the innocence of Farron is just like, but there's a 1% chance that
that
there's a rare grimoire in there though.
Felt it up was like, yeah, there's definitely a grimoire.
And the fact that if we get callbacks from earlier, like the thing is we didn't see it.
That's her weakness.
We didn't see it completely, but Fern had remember seeing her like her
that's
frizz
her
it up.
weakness.
It's just like, oh wait a minute, you done this is like this happened before.
No, but they mentioned in the beginning of the anime too that she falls for mimics.
No, but the thing is like, but that's what I'm saying is this is already episode 23. Bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is episode 23, Dutch. Like we're literally getting this something that happened in the first 4 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
We're seeing this like a callback.
Yeah, it's a callback.
And this is a person that's lived for hundreds of years, thousands of years, that's continually doing the same thing, and only because I'm not gonna lie, I do love this characterization because every time they bring him all up, like it's just like he's like a Giga Chad in this, because he's just like, yo, you gotta make sure when you go through the dungeon, you can't just go through the dungeon and complete it. You gotta make sure you check every nook and cranny,
facts, though.
because of the fact that you might miss a book or you might miss like a legendary treasure.
That's that.
Yeah.
But that.
And
but
then
that's
she
a fact,
she
though.
embodies that.
Yeah, you know what's funny? The main elf, that one elf, tried to give her the one wish that you can get
Anything, bro,
And
anything.
she said, "I don't want any because that ruins the fun."
Right.
Exactly.
Like that's crazy.
Right. And
Yeah.
they're like,
All
yo,
those
who don't want
people
that?
are running the test, they want that one wish.
Yeah.
Right.
And because Farron is so different, and she wants the
She's like, what's the
Man.
What's the fun in that?
What's the fun in that?
Can I
But
also
think about
say-
it. That's
and she didn't like her because of that.
that's
Yeah,
that's
she
not how
didn't.
she was in the beginning. Remember,
She wasn't.
That's
She didn't
Himmel who
have-
got her like that.
Yes,
Because
that's
in the
Himmel.
beginning, she didn't give a
Yes.
fuck about traveling.
No, she didn't care about
She didn't
dungeons
care
and
about
dragons
finding
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
She didn't care about treasures. She didn't care about none of that. She just thought she was a failed mage. She was just
Right.
like, I haven't done shit with my life. I'm old. I just whatever.
I just been trying doing the
Plant,
same
you
thing
know.
back, you know.
I'm just gonna collect
Right.
random ass spells. looking
And
through
now,
people's
after all this
clothes.
time, and having to see the party die, and then like raising another party, and then going through this, she's slowly but surely becoming what
She's
would.
starting to
what-
enjoy.
Yeah,
Right.
she's starting
Enjoy
to
life.
enjoy life.
Yeah.
Exactly, life itself, not just the adventures and all that, just the embodiment of everything that's going on at the same time. She's
Right.
she's taking it for what it is.
It's funny because when I watch this anime, it's different than any
It
other
really is
anime.
different. It really is.
Because it's not a lot of like it's a lot of going throughout the years, but there's not a lot of like I don't know like adventure. It's more of like them showing
Highlights.
little bits, of
Yeah.
highlights of what they're
Yeah.
doing, but you actually
Enjoy
enjoy
it.
it.
Yes,
While
yes.
you're watching through this, because it's like years after years, and it shows you like, oh, it's 25 years after whatever happened.
Because
Can I add to that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the thing about that is that Freyrn defeated the Demon Lord.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like that's already done.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of shows is like it's showing you the path
The
to
path
defeat
when
the
they were-
Demon Lord.
Yeah,
This is literally after the fact of it.
Yeah.
And it's like you're seeing this, it's just like you're getting a whole different perspective of things, and like her continuing the journey after being technically like already defeating the demon lord.
Mhm.
It is why it's so different from everything else.
Yeah,
I like how they do it.
I think what I like too is that like she lived so long, but she didn't have so much. Like she didn't have like really a character so
Right.
much. And from what we're seeing now is we're seeing how her character is being formed and how she's like learning that like she's learning herself from her past journey with you know
Right.
the heroes. So it's kind of like she didn't know that like oh yeah like you don't kind of know that like oh she's enjoying the dungeon so much because it's Himmel that she learned this from.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She's just doing it
oh
because
yeah like oh she loves this restaurant because her party went here and she loved the
Right.
spices
Yeah,
there.
true.
You know what I mean?
True.
And she eats this because this is what she got the last time, and it reminds me of this. It's like
same thing with the spells
she's
too.
realizing it
Right.
in real time, like how we're realizing it too. And
Right.
I think it's like we're kind of like going on the journey of her finding
Yeah.
herself with her as well, and like finding her personality. Wow, it's-
She like doesn't realize she enjoys those stuff until she reminisces back and
Yeah.
it's like, wow, this was amazing.
This was
Like,
the
I'm not
reason
gonna
why I'm
lie.
loving this. This is
Yeah.
because 80 years ago, this was
Yeah.
the
this
shit.
is-
Yeah. Like a few episodes back, one of her favorite spells, like we find out one of her favorite spells is like the spells that like produces flowers.
Yeah.
And the reason why is not because she likes the flowers, it's because of Himmel.
Yeah.
Like Himmel liked like the field of flowers and everything like that. And because of that, we're seeing her develop more as a human. We see more like her develop more as a person that can understand emotions and that can understand why people feel a certain way on top of these things. And this is why this anime is so goated right now. Like
Yeah.
again, it's only been 23 episodes.
Hype for a reason.
It's been great.
Let me ask a question. She's really raw. Like
Yeah.
No,
she's,
no,
like,
go.
on another level.
No. Go.
Do you think anyone in that where they're trying to become the first class? What is it? Sorcerer
Mages.
class?
So can I say this right now?
Do you think anybody's even close?
First.
Can I say this right now? Can I say this right
Who's
now, real
third?
quick? Look, this is a spoiler warning
That's it.
warning for episode 24 because you gotta watch this episode that just happened in episode 23 to figure out what's gonna happen in 24 because you haven't watched episode 23 yet.
I watched 23. I watched
No, you haven't watched 23 yet.
What
You
about-
don't. You don't understand.
Let's just say we'll see.
We will see next episode.
Right.
You literally, your episode, what you're asking right now is gonna answer that. It literally is gonna answer that. It's really dope how they do this, and it literally took a little simple concept. I know.
You know you
It took
haven't.
it took
You
a
wouldn't ask
lyric.
that
It took
question.
a simple concept,
So there's somebody.
and it's answering your question.
We'll see. it.
No, we'll
somebody
see.
as raw as Farron.
You gotta
No,
watch
we
it.
gotta see-
You
this
gotta
is
watch
the
it.
ending of the episode, so you gotta
Yeah.
kind of see.
You gotta watch the whole thing.
That's why I like Farron, because you literally asked the question,
Somebody as raw as Farron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
bro. Yo, you watch this episode, and it's a great setup. And I don't know if 24 is the last episode or not.
It is.
Yeah,
It is the episode,
Yeah.
bro. If this is the last episode,
It's gonna be lit.
man, it's gonna be
I
lit.
hope it
It's
has
gonna
a
be
lot more
lit.
action than the other episodes, because the only thing, like,
So the thing is, the thing is, the action of episode 23 was so great though. Like it wasn't a lot,
it's
but the
never
way
a
that
lot.
the way that people reacted, and that's the thing. That's the thing about this, because it balances story and it balances action.
Yeah.
So the fact that
It does it really well.
it juggles it really well.
A little bit more
Tell me
action.
not. Farron is the only anime that doesn't have action, but you don't mind watching it.
Well, it
Tell
has
me
action,
not.
Yes,
though. It
yes.
has
No,
action.
It doesn't.
I'm
You're
saying
right.
when the
You're right.
action
Highlighted
doesn't
it.
happen,
You're right.
because how they put everything together,
Yeah.
it's actually very enjoyable.
And you know what the thing is? The first 4 episodes kind
That's
of
not the only
gives
one.
you the idea of
I'm
this.
just saying, they're really good at doing it.
The first 4 episodes give you like the idea of how this season's gonna go, because we didn't think we were gonna get action, and when the action does happen, it does really unique stuff. It
Action
has
is
real
fucking
unique
shit.
animations and everything that it makes it really pop off for
The
me at
action
least.
makes-
Action
Like, oh,
is just
that's great.
the action is just a little cherry, little whipped cream and cherry on top. Like, here you go.
Because the thing is, and before we move on to like, I want to say like I do like how Fern is portrayed in the last episode. Go ahead.
All right, so we're back, and we just finished watching just Farron again. We were talking about Farron, and right now we left off at the part where Denkin and his crew just seen the model of Farron,
Right.
and they're about to fight Farron right now.
Her copy. Her copy
her
of it.
copy. And the argument is my argument. What I'm thinking is that copy cannot be as strong as Farron is.
I don't think it
Because
will
the
be either.
master has to have the amount of mana that she has in it.
I
If it can't
don't
match
think
the
I don't
amount
think
of
it's the
mana.
amount of
But the
mana.
thing
I
is
think it's
that-
the spell.
Yeah, but didn't the
Yeah,
guy say
but-
that's a
It is a perfect replica.
perfect replica?
It's a
100%.
perfect replica, but the thing is Farron doesn't fight with fancy spells, crazy spells. Farron fights
Basics, bro. The
with
basics.
Farron's
Fundamentals. The
spells
fundamentals.
is I'm sorry, you're gonna get a lot of spoilers.
Yeah,
a lot of
you really
spoilers
are.
For anybody who hasn't watched Farron, but Farron's spells is the minimum amount of mana
Uh-huh.
and maximum, like the maximum
Okay.
efficiency,
Okay.
and she has the most amount of mana.
Okay.
So it's like she's gonna outlast everybody because you're not fucking with me because I'm not using a bunch of crazy mana spells like you are.
Okay.
You know, and it might have that technique, but I don't know if it's gonna have that reservoir.
I want to hear
what
your
Farron
opinion.
is gonna have.
I want to hear your opinion on it.
No, I think she's gonna be exactly the same. I think it's
Okay.
gonna be
Sure.
Farron doing the same Farron stuff. I think exactly what you're saying.
Okay.
She's gonna fight extremely normal, extremely basic. She's just gonna dodge everybody's shit real
Be
normal.
efficient as
And
fuck.
then exactly, because I
Run
think,
around.
like he said, I think the biggest clue to that
That's
was
true.
when he said Denkin said they matched the personalities exactly,
Personality
which means
and-
that this
and technique.
replica,
It's like the magic of it.
not gonna
Yeah.
fight like he would fight like her
No, it's
or
gonna
nothing
fight
like that. It's
Farron.
literally he's just like, this is Farron.
No, you're right.
So I think the level of strength is going to be the same too, because I don't remember. It's not so much that Farron is stronger than everybody, is that she has a very large amount of mana, and she's had a long time to master the simplicity of what
And
she
her
does.
techniques and shit.
It's
Yeah.
so simple that she's mastered it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like when you put over 10,000 hours into something, you become a
Yeah.
master. She's had 1,000 years
of
of
that.
hours
Yeah, she's
of
like,
doing the
like,
same thing
probably
over and over.
100,000 hours
You know
of
what I'm
that
saying?
shit,
It's
you
one of
know?
those things you monotonously do so much that,
Yeah.
like, you know, like when Ant-Man got up every morning, and even though he's Ant-Man, he still hit the training dummy like it was his first day, because that's part of embedded in you. So I think these replicas are so, like, on
So
point
replicated
that
to
it's gonna fight just like her.
Her technique.
Okay.
And I think they know that from fighting her already. because Denkin's already fought her and he's
Yeah.
realized that because
And
dude
it's
was like,
she's
and
broken.
even all of them have because a lot of them already had that experience against her. They've all seen it. They're like, yo, she basically doesn't do shit.
Bro, she didn't even really, when she fought Denkin, she didn't even really, like, she tried, but it wasn't like something crazy. Like, she wasn't like, oh
she
my god,
tried.
I expended everything I have. She
did not
tried,
try.
but she didn't try.
Yeah,
Like,
she didn't.
She tried to win.
When have you seen Farron try?
So that's the thing. She's
That's
trying,
right, but when
bro.
have you
When
seen
she
Farron
when
try?
she fought Denkin,
Her tries are very nonchalant.
but the thing is, when she was fighting
It's like, I
Denkin,
know,
she
dude.
was
I've never seen Farron panic.
It's like somebody
Right.
trying to,
right.
It's like
But-
somebody's trying to win a game that they know they win
No,
all the time.
But
I
the thing
know-
is, when she was
yeah,
fighting
that's what it
Denkin,
is.
she was literally trying to figure out the force field
Yeah.
as she was fighting him. So
Well, that's
they
the thing,
should
that's-
really
that's
try
what I was
this
gonna
guy
say.
though.
You have to blur the lines between what she's doing and what is she's
Right.
literally being raw, but also like she's so raw that we forget that there's still opportunities for her to grow.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
her by what he's saying, by her fighting Denkin and then solving the how to break
Trying to
that.
break the-
You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
whole
Even though she's a
barrier.
prodigy, it took her time.
It did.
One, because she's fighting somebody, but at the same time, she's literally trying to calculate. Okay,
Hold
if
on.
I put this amount of output of magic at the certain point at this area, it's gonna bust and create a reaction. So she's doing things simultaneously.
Yeah, she is. But she was also kind of letting the two people that were on her team
Yeah.
kind of like get the
Grow.
highlight and grow
Yeah.
as she was like analyzing that. Because like the thing is, she was trying to figure out how to capture this bird, as well as trying to use her team to kind of be able to use their full power to capture this bird,
I think
and
if
also
you're
figure out the freaking barrier.
if
That's a feat. That's
no,
a feat.
I know. But if I have to be 100% honest, I think we might be giving her a little bit too much credit with her.
Nah, no.
Saying she was gonna defeat. No. The only reason why I'm saying that is like I don't know if she 100% knew they were gonna beat that guy.
Who, Denkin?
Well, you know
Bro,
what? No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
tell you
know
this.
what? You know what? I take that back.
You
She
gotta
knew-
take it back.
You know what? She knew
She wasn't worried.
was gonna defeat those guys because she broke the barrier, so the rate
Yes.
can come down.
Yes.
So they can defeat that guy. So
Yeah.
I take it back. She's a calculated mastermind.
The mage that was in the party with the hero that defeated the Demon King.
No.
Ain't
yeah,
no
she's a
mage
mastermind.
greater than Farron. I don't want to hear it.
Shoot.
Okay? There was no other mage that
Okay,
defeated the
look.
Demon King.
Just say this. Whose barrier was up there? Who made that barrier?
Bro, it is one of the top.
The original mate.
No, it was Sarah. It was Saren. I think it was the person that was in the. You're right. You're right. I think
No, it's the original.
the
elf.
mage with
The
the
elf.
library. They had the
Yeah.
library thing.
Gray Elf made that barrier.
Yeah.
Who
Now,
broke
granted,
Barrier?
it took her a few days to do it, but she did it.
Yeah.
Analyze
But
it.
she did
And
it.
then when she broke it, what did she say?
I'm sure the
She
great.
was like, "Dang, so I haven't seen you in so many years, and this is how you
say
this is
hi.
How you say hi?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
'cause I'm
crazy.
sure the great elf took some days to build it. Man.
Yeah, like dang, you gonna do me like that?
Yeah.
So-
like,
I'm not going to lie. This is where I'm gonna go back to. It was a while ago, but when you first said that this copy is not a perfect copy of Farron, I don't think this copy could fully embody her mana and her power level of actually what she is. I feel like this is
Why?
probably gonna be a dumbed down version of it.
Why?
Because I don't think the demon is gonna be capable of being able to bring out the full power
That
of
might
Farron.
be the flaw in why they.
We
beat
will
her.
see, but that's what I'm saying.
That's
I
probably
feel like that's
why.
what the flaw is gonna. That's what the flaw is gonna
If you're
be,
gonna try to foreshadow and spoiler,
because that's the only way to beat it. That's it. That
we
is
all
the only
know
way to
that.
beat it.
We all know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because it has to be a flaw. Because who else? What other mage is gonna be able to beat Farron?
That's probably what it's gonna be.
Yo, he has a point. If it's a 1-to-1 ratio with Farron, are they gonna beat it?
No.
No, I'm
There'll
just
be
saying.
No way.
2 episodes behind.
There'll be no way.
No, 2 episodes behind. We saw this one person 1v1 her, and she didn't go all out.
yeah. That's
She didn't go all out, and she was doing some side shit at the same time.
Yeah, so if it's a 1-to-1, there's no way.
A 1-to-1, they're not gonna be able to
Unless
defeat her.
Farron's gonna come and save
But
her.
it's a great way that the anime is doing this. Is that it's like a handicap, and it makes it believable.
yeah, man.
All right.
He's like, I need to
Yeah.
catch up.
It's a really good series.
No, no,
Yeah.
He's
He's like, you like Farron, nigga? I do too.
That boy run
Yeah.
up on you.
So that's what I gotta say with that though. I agree with you. I don't think it's gonna be 1-for-1 copy. I feel like this is gonna be a slightly dumbed down version. We don't know how much of a dumbed down version, but I feel like it's gonna be dumbed down.
Yeah, it has to be done down.
But it's still gonna be very difficult for these people to fight her for
because,
sure.
No, because what that's what was saying was like, yo, copy of her technique. So
Right.
even if she doesn't have that much mana, she's gonna be able to maximize the amount of mana that they're gonna input into her. So she's gonna have an exorbitant amount of mana.
But time out. Regardless,
and
of
she's
the,
gonna maximize it.
but regardless of the mana, remember her mana pool has zero to do with how she's gonna fight.
No, that's but the
No,
thing
no,
is
but
that
it's
she
not her.
maximizes
It's
her
like the,
mana.
the devil is gonna copy it. But it goes with the same thing when she in the early episodes when she was like kill yourself when the demon thought that she had more mana than this one. You can't really put into
No,
number
no, I
how
understand.
strong she is mana wise.
I understand.
Yeah.
That. I'm not talking about. What I'm saying is, the amount of mana that she has during that fight is gonna
Yeah.
have no impact on how Farron's gonna fight because Farron doesn't use mana when she fights. Farron compresses all her mana, so you don't even think she has.
Yeah,
mana.
she does. Yeah,
And
she
also
nonchalant.
It's
You're right,
simple
yeah.
Spells that don't require mana.
It doesn't basic
what I'm
all the
saying.
basic
So
spells.
It doesn't matter about her
Yeah.
limited reservoir.
So
She's literally just gonna be Farron, and unless they figure out a way
So-
to get around that, it
Right.
really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's true.
And
She
you
can
know
sit
what?
there all day.
and you know what the hype thing
For
is?
the most part, yeah.
You know what the hype thing is though? And this is why I love this anime is because now we have this one group that we actually do like because I like the old man, bro.
Oh,
we
that nigga though.
bro, Denkin is that dude, bro.
Bro, ever since I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but yo,
Go ahead.
ever since that man said, "Yo, we may be out of mana, but we ain't out of hands."
Yeah, we
Yeah.
not out of hands.
And
We out
he
here.
Straight up ran up on the niggas and said, "Bop, bop, bop." I was like, "Yo, you got 100% respect because you was like, yo, I may be a mage, but I'm still a man at the end
What
of the
he
day."
said, yeah, he said,
Yeah.
you ain't a man?
You're right.
Are we men
So-
here?
We're not men. You don't think you can beat his ass?
Right.
Cause I know I can beat that nigga ass. Let's go.
Wah, wah,
So-
wah.
Hey, yo, put your
Uppercut.
hands on him.
So I'm gonna
Ultra
say
combo.
this.
I
Right.
know he beat his ass.
He did. He won, nigga. What you talking
No,
about?
they had
They
a-
beat.
At the end of the
They
day,
beat the series.
I
They
bet
beat
you
the thing.
Denkin beat his ass, and they had to jump some other niggas.
He
But
did.
Shorty was not yo. No, like I didn't want to make fun of Ninja.
Shorty wasn't talking.
but
She
I know
wasn't
Ninja
fighting.
Shorty was
It
not
was the
throwing
dude
hands
because the
down.
dude was even pissed off. I was like, "Dude, you made me fight hand to
Yeah.
hand for no reason,
Yeah.
dog. Well,
Yo,
not for no
dog was
reason.
mad,
But you
bro.
made me fight hand to hand.
Yo,
Nigga, I ain't about that. I'm a
mad,
mage, bro. I'm a mage.
Yeah,
But I
nah,
can I.
he's right.
I want to piggyback with that. The thing is, like, I want to see Denkin win against Fran, and I know it's gonna be a tough battle.
Nah, I don't
No.
wanna win.
But I do think I don't think he's gonna win. But I want to see him win. I want to
I
see him
don't.
win.
That's just you.
Yeah,
I want
that's
to see
you.
him. So now the thing is, what this hype's about for me is that since this is gonna be probably the last episode we're gonna
I'm
get for the
surprised you didn't
season.
want San Francisco to win.
Hold
I'm
on.
thinking about I want Denkin.
Hold
How
on.
many episodes is
24.
24.
So, wait,
Next episode is the final episode. So the thing is, not only do we get Denkin's party to fight the strong ass Fran now.
Yeah.
Now, what this thing is that it was kind of foreshadowed, and I'm saying this not as a manga reader or anything. Like I'm watching the anime, but I can see the little foreshadowing that we're doing in here. Is that now that probably means that Farron is gonna fight. I think her name was Farine, the person that's accompanying her.
That's what I was. That's what I was mentioning.
Her
earlier.
copy
Do you
has
think
not
they're
been
gonna make a
mentioned, though.
copy of her? Do you
Of
think
the
that's
She
why?
said
Of
it.
the
think
test
that's-
maker?
Yeah.
What did she say? Hey, once you get to the bottom, you will see me, and then you're gonna go ahead and fight.
That's the thing.
And then
Do
they
you
like and
think-
like yeah,
do
go
you
ahead.
think that's why she was following them? Because she was like, oh,
Exactly.
you guys are probably worthy enough. Let me
Yes.
follow you guys because
Yes.
I'm gonna make it hard for you because you look like you
Exactly. I want to make sure if
No.
my copy come. No,
You
no,
don't think so?
you're right. No, I agree with you because I feel like hey, if my copy pops up.
The easiest way there.
No, because the thing is, I feel like because I didn't think Farron's
like,
copy
nah.
was gonna show up in the other one. Because once I saw the copy of the other three, I was like, so they're gonna be fighting each other.
Aaron took the easiest route, so I doubt she's.
I don't. She didn't take the easiest route though. She's gonna
took the
fight.
longest route.
She's gonna fight an actual first mage, and we're gonna see what she's capable of off of this first mage.
Easy, like,
And then I'm not gonna lie, Denkin got it easy because they're fighting a Farron.
but yeah, but Farron bought Farron.
Who do you think? I feel like that
Right,
first
right,
mage.
right.
You're
bought
right.
herself.
You're right.
Fighting
You're
Farron,
right.
Herself.
she'll
You're
buy
right.
So she's gonna buy for. She's like, yo, you're just a fake Farron, and I know where you lack because I'm real Farron.
But I feel like this is a great
But
way
what
to. This
what
is
I
a great
think-
way to power
what I-
scale.
What I really think is gonna happen is they're gonna do that thing what you're talking about, where I think they're gonna make a copy of the you know, the
A
first
Saren,
class mage.
Saren, yeah,
But what I think who's really gonna show out during that fight is Fern.
for
I
sure.
think
For
I
sure.
think Fern's-
100%,
because don't get me wrong,
nigga.
We've seen
100%.
a lot of like Farron turning up and doing shit.
Yeah,
Fern's kind of just being bap 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 bap. I think this time now she's gonna have to really
That's
like
true, 'cause-
Yeah.
let me show you what I do.
Yeah,
Why-
but when
why
she
I'm
said
back-
she was like, "Yo, you,"
why I'm a proud of
she
you.
said, "I'm, you know, Farron said, but you're like."
Because
Yeah,
realistically,
I agree with you.
Farron is already a first class mate.
Nigga, she
Yeah,
is.
she is.
So, that's-
She's
oh,
the
yeah,
best
she's like-
mage in this story, bro.
she's second
Period.
best to
But who?
to the original elf.
No, just because she knows more spells, that's it.
No,
That's it. Just because she knows more spells.
Because
Because she supposed, because she knows every,
Sir.
she knows every spell in the freaking in the world supposedly.
No, and
And we don't know how old she is.
Time out. And I think the other no.
She trained Flam.
Exactly.
She trained the
Farron.
person that trained Farron.
Thank you for proving my point, because that means that she's older than Flan, right?
which that means she's
Farron
older than Farron.
is basically fresh. She's new. She's still young compared to this older elf that knows every single spell and the thing.
Yeah, so she has more.
And it's the same thing with Fern, where Fern is again very young mage.
we
But
don't
as
know
you
what
hear what Saren
We
said,
don't know what she's did in her life to be like, yo. I'm
she
gonna-
defeated the Demon Lord. What do you mean she don't know? You don't know what
okay,
she did.
Farron defeated, but we don't know what this other mage that knows everything in the book has done.
Did she
we
defe-
don't know her accurately.
Hey, we know
She
we do.
coulda had
We
a
do know
whole
one
life-
thing.
No, because
We do know one thing. We know one thing. You know
What?
what though? She didn't defeat the Demon Lord.
You know what? But
That's what we
whatever
know.
She did in her life, she was like, "Fuck it, I've done everything. I know all the spells,
But time out.
and I'm gonna retire,
Right.
Time out.
and I'm gonna just hand out fucking
Go ahead.
trophies to niggas."
The other male elf, the other male guy that we met.
Yeah, the
he's
monk.
Older
The
than
monk.
them.
Yes.
No, no,
And
no,
he is a
he
no.
is,
They
because
said
he
it.
defeated
They
a prior
said it.
Demon Lord.
Yes, he
Yeah, but
did.
We don't know. Well, yeah.
Yes, he was. He's a legendary
But we don't
dude.
know how old these other
He was a
shorty is, though.
legendary.
We don't
Yes.
know who's older though.
No. Yes, we did. We know the monk is. They
monk
said
is
he
older.
We know
was.
the monk is for sure older than the girl who knows all the.
No, the
magic.
Fremen. We don't know how old the
the
other guy
older
was.
than Farron, yes, but that's what I'm saying. He's not the oldest.
But that's what I'm saying.
No, no, no,
Fremen
I'm saying
is
he's
the
even stronger than
youngest
Fremen.
out of those two.
Yes, she's the youngest.
Okay, we agree. So Fremen
Yeah.
is the youngest of those
Yes.
two. So that means that she has greater potential to be stronger than these two since she's younger.
She is younger.
Yeah.
Technically, but we don't know how elves
That's
age,
true.
how elves power up.
We don't
But
know
we
how
don't
long they
know-
age either
But
because
you
we don't
really
know.
don't know how strong Shorty is either. That knows all of the Grimoire.
Okay,
She
almost.
Right.
grants niggas.
Almost. She even said it almost all.
She-
Right,
probably
almost all.
Most of the most
Yeah, she
powerful
says
ones.
most, she said
She knows
most
all
of
of them. So you're
she
trying to
says
tell
she
me
doesn't
she
know
doesn't
all.
know like you're trying to tell me that like somebody that knows most of the most powerful.
Yeah.
I'm
fucking
still
spells
saying, hey,
Has to be a big-
is
Fremen.
stronger than her.
Fremen defeated the Demon Lord.
She has more potential,
understand
but it
that.
doesn't mean.
I feel like that
get
means a
that.
lot because she couldn't defeat the Demon Lord.
But
The
then
hero
there
did not
was-
get her to defeat the Demon Lord.
Wasn't there a part? Remember when Farron first met her, right?
Right.
She said that she will defeat the demon lord. I think that other girl, she just didn't want to fight the demon.
Okay, well,
Lord. She didn't wanna
you guys,
do it.
you guys,
right?
She wasn't
you also
even-
gotta understand the power scaling has dramatically jumped up
Changed.
since Farron's time.
Yes.
Even though Farron is raw,
Yes.
there's rawer mages now in humans.
Yeah.
The human mages are younger, like the little girl that's walking
Right.
with them.
And you know what?
And
Go
she's
ahead. Go
younger
ahead.
than Farron, and
guess
she's
what?
raw.
And
Guess what? Guess what? Go.
She's not as raw as the one that's they're fighting to become a first class mage to get the power that she's gonna bestow upon them.
So
And we know how raw they are.
You know
but
what I
she's still
love?
Not rawer than those people.
you know what I love about this series is the fact that you're seeing all these other mages and they're using more intricate magic. And every time they talk about Fern, especially I think I want to say it was in this episode and the previous episode, when they talk about Fern, they're like, she's only using basic magic. She's not even using like advanced magic, advanced physical magic. Like because a lot of the other mages are using like physical things, like when he was using the rock and all that stuff, or the water. Everyone's using physical magic. When it comes to Fern, she's literally just doing the basics of
Bro,
stuff.
she's beating many mages asses.
Didn't
that
she-
she-
You're just using the basics,
Just using
the
the
fundamentals, bro.
Yeah.
The fundamentals of stuff.
Remember when she fought that one mage and she was like, I feel like I'm fighting my grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
She overwhelmed
And
her
that was
with
2
basic
episodes ago.
magic.
Yeah.
She handled it.
Yeah, and then she completely beat her, swept her, and even the guy, because there's the guy that does the binding magic, he was like, oh, I can't believe you beat her.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't expect that
And
at
then
all.
When he went out there, he was like, oh, if you beat her, she must be on another
Yeah, she's
level.
on another level.
So,
Yeah,
so
because
that's
she's
what I'm
actually
saying.
the strongest in that group.
Yeah.
Yes,
She lost.
Fern is
she's the
technically
stronger,
to
that's
be
the
stronger
thing.
than Farron.
But again, she is Fern's disciple.
Yeah.
And you already know Fremen, we have not seen her go all out
Fern,
at all.
Fern.
No, I'm talking Fremen. We haven't seen Fremen go all out at all.
No, not really. But she's gone to an extent to where we've seen that she has
A shit ton of
even
mana.
if she
Yes.
even if she turns up, I have an idea of where she can go.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, you
Based
have
on
an
what she
idea of
does,
it.
yeah,
But,
But
Fern, I have zero.
no idea.
Like I
no
know
idea.
she could do nice random, but like when she could really turn
Right.
up, I haven't seen.
And
it.
this is why I agree. I think you said it.
She could be stronger than Farron because she's literally the disciple of Farron, right?
But I
She
think this
uses
is
the
why.
same technique but better.
But this is
She's
why I think
faster.
that's it is calling it. He's definitely said that when Saren, when in the last episode comes up, it's not gonna be a Farron showcase fighting the first rank mage. It's gonna be Fern. Fern
Oh,
is
I
gonna
think
have to
she's
be
talking
the
about
person.
the
She's gonna be the person that's gonna
No,
beat the
he's saying
test maker.
Fern is gonna be
I
that
just
new-
and I also think this
okay,
episode.
now we lit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire.
I really do
think
see
this
that.
episode did a little bit of foreshadowing of how Fern's gonna grow and her potential. Because
Yeah, I agree with you
gotta
on
think
that.
about it in terms of both Farron and Fern. Farron had unlimited potential, but had no advancement or like wanting to be
Yeah,
better.
Yeah.
Fern, on the other hand, she just said in this episode, she was like, I didn't want to be better, but I needed to be better for somebody that I promised I would be.
Yeah, that
So
she
she
used.
gave everything
Bro,
she
I
had.
love that.
So
I
her
love that
potential
part.
exceeded where it should have been
Yep.
because she gave so much effort in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
That now she's so raw that as she continues to get better, she's gonna get better exponentially because her body's like, nah, we trained for this.
Yeah.
You've pushed yourself so hard that now every time you hit a limit, we're going above it
We got
and
this.
above
Yeah.
it. And Farron, on the other hand, is now getting better and better because she's trying. Because now after
That-
1,000 years, she actually
Yeah.
cares.
Yeah, she does care.
She's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
that motivation and that spark by following Fern and by going on this adventure that seems frivolous because she's looking for grimoires and helping people cross the road and doing little things like that and just
Yeah.
having a good time, but also becoming better mages and people along the way.
Right. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, so we're gonna go on to another anime that's I think pretty litty as well. We're gonna go the wrong way to use the healing magic.
Yes. So let's talk about this. It's a new anime that came out this season. He did.
Wait, is this anime actually even good?
So
seen it.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. It is very different, and it's a very different way to show you how to use healing magic. But it
Why it's
is
called the wrong way.
It's
Yeah,
not the wrong
because-
way at all. It's-
so it's 7 episodes so far. So we have episode 7.
Yeah.
Go ahead, explain it.
No, I mean, yeah, so basically it's another isekai, but it's not an isekai that you traditionally think because there's no truck involved.
Right. No try. And it's 3 main characters. So 3 main. I'm not main characters. Sorry. 3 characters get transported to this isekai world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Three
Now-
at the same time?
at the
3
same
people.
time.
3 people.
They've done
Now.
multiples like that before.
Now the thing is, the way that this kind of subverts you is that 2 of the people were the main people that's supposed to get transported.
The third person.
The
was.
third person was just an extra.
Yeah, he was just like somebody that was walking along with
He
them.
just so
and
happened to
he
be there.
just- yeah, he just so happened to meet them and talk to them. And they're like, "You're cool, yo. Let's just chill together."
Yeah.
And then they all 3 ended up getting transported there. And so they all were like, "All right, well, let's see what kind of magic you have." One had lightning magic. Another had
Light
light magic.
And
that
then
was
the
like-
main character.
Yeah, the main character had healing magic.
So
As soon as they found out, they were like, "Yo, hide, run away, don't. We're gonna find you a way to get back to your world. Trust me, you don't want to be here anymore."
So the thing about this anime is that just kind of like just give you like a little quick recap of this.
Yeah,
Is that no, you're fine. No, like, it's just like the wrong way to use healing magic is like the main character uses healing magic, obviously, but he doesn't use healing magic the way that that we've seen in other animes. So what he does is that he trains. What we see is that he trains at first physically. So once he hits like, let's say if you go to the gym, right, and you go to the gym and then you completely just gas out, you already hit your max, so you can't do it anymore. You use your muscles are just burning and everything. You use your healing magic, completely heal. Now you just keep on going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're constantly
literally
pushing
like a
yourself to the
steroid.
limit, healing yourself, and then keep on going.
Okay.
And then you just keep on, and then you just constantly there.
Heal himself, keep gassing himself
Yes.
up.
Exactly.
So like yes, and he's constantly like healing himself, and then like the crazy part is like he'll like fall from a cliff and he's like banging trees.
Yes.
He's literally healing.
He's
the whole
healing
body.
himself while
So
he's
it's like,
falling
so
down,
He's
everything.
healing himself and the person he's with. Like, all right,
Yes.
we're gonna get through this. Boop, 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 boop. They're taking damage. Like his
Wow,
back
yeah.
might be
Exactly.
broken, but as soon as his back broken, he's healing it. Boom, he's back again. Boom,
That's
boom, boom,
it.
So
boom.
and then the
So it's
reason
like-
why,
it's
yeah,
like yo, like he can muscle, like he's muscling through everything, and then can heal it.
yeah, it's different.
So,
It's different.
yeah,
It's different.
His main master, the reason why like everybody
Go ahead.
survive is like
That's what I was gonna say. Go
his
ahead.
main master is a person that like she runs out to the front line, and if you get healed, she's not waiting for niggas. She's gonna run, grab you, heal you, you're back in the fucking fight. And she
Instantly.
can block, heal. She's the fastest person on the field, so you're not going to get to them.
Yeah.
You're not going to get to her. She has lackeys that are super fast, so they'll just run, grab people, run back to heal.
Run back so they could get
So,
healed
like,
and
no one's,
everything.
like,
Yeah.
There's no casualties on the field. Just imagine you just got like the ultimate healer. Like,
Yeah.
yo, I'm fucking down. Like, I'm down, Bet got you. You're like, wow, thanks.
Like, the
Like,
best-
what?
the best
Exactly.
survivor
Right.
ever.
Like,
Exactly.
imagine you're just like getting shot. Like, yo, I'm down. Oh, thank you. I'm up now. Thanks.
So
Up,
it's a
up,
different
up.
perspective on that.
You're back in there, bro. Like, she's not letting you stay down forever. So it's like,
Yeah.
she's such an asset to the field.
So that's where he gets it from.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
now she has a lackey that's just like her. So now they have like two people that's gonna be kind of beast on the field. So that's why I feel like this potential.
It's different.
because
It
this
is
a war,
different, and there's a
I-
lot of potential.
Yeah, because I can't wait to see like him go out there in a war.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
I'll
hopefully-
be so mad. This just me as like a video game player, like when like in like Smite or whatever. Like,
right.
Like when you play against a healer, and that healer's amazing. It feels like you're doing absolutely nothing.
Right.
Because you've done so much damage to the person, but then that person literally healed back up. And you still took damage in the incoming of the fight, but you did them out, and now they got more life, and you're like, dog,
What is this?
You're right.
How am I supposed to...
And that's why I like the series so much, because the thing is, now you have this healer that's not only just like, you know, trying to push his limits, trying to help his friends, make sure his friends are always safe. Like this healer is in borderline, like he's stronger than the other heroes for sure. You can obviously tell that. There's a lot of scenes that show you like, yeah, he's that much stronger than these people because of the healing magic. And like again, this is using healing magic in a different way that I've seen being done before. So I do like the setup. We're gonna be, I think episode 8 is gonna be coming out sometime next week. So it's gonna be a whole different experience, and we're actually gonna see actual battle ready stuff. Hopefully. So if this continues going on, like again, it's piqued my interest. I do enjoy it, and I'm gonna keep on watching it. I'm already on episode 7 of it.
So
Yes.
is it entertaining?
It is entertaining. It's not. It's not.
It's like
It's not
it's a
genre
nice little
defining.
commercial type thing. It's just a little isekai that if you want to keep, like if you just like a little isekai.
Animation is good. The story is good.
It's
It's
nothing crazy. Like,
it's nothing crazy. It's not gonna like, oh, this is the new Demon Slayer. This is the new. Freak, what show were we talking about earlier? This isn't the freaking Ninja
But
Kuma or
you know
nothing like
what?
that. It's nothing like that.
you
But
know
it
what
is
fire,
good.
though? You know what it is fire though? I'm sorry, but you know what's fire?
What's Fire?
Ragnar Crimson, bro.
Go ahead, talk to me about it.
Ragnar Crimson has been popping off right now.
Right.
Because they're at the main war where they deployed just one superior dragon. I forgot his name, but the dude with a bunch of
Isn't
eyes.
it
two.
It's two
Two.
of them.
No, he's not a superior dragon.
They're
He's
both
not?
superiors.
I thought he is a superior.
No, the thing is he took 20 years to mature to get to where he's at. So he's not. You remember when they was explaining him? Tara,
He's the 13th seed.
Yes, he is. But you remember he took 20 years to mature to be a dragon, and so he was like, I may not be qualified to be part of the bloodline.
No.
But I still worked on my craft.
No, it's that he doesn't have magic. None of them have magic. He just
But
has a
isn't he-
certain
he-
ability.
No.
Yeah, no, he's the 13th seed.
He's the 13th
your
seed
power-
because he's
The time it
holds
takes you
his
to
skill
mature
enough.
is your power level, not whether you go. And the longer it
But
takes
you
you,
said
the
he wasn't a
stronger.
part of he wasn't good enough to be part of the bloodline.
No, he is.
So he's not a superior dragon
He
bloodline.
is. He is in the bloodline, but he is one of the weaker ones in terms of the
but
bloodline.
yeah,
because it
he's
took
not a
him so
superior
long.
dragon, but he's like the pinnacle before
Of technique
you
and all
would
that
hit a
stuff.
superior
Yeah.
dragon. He's like, yo, I'm the highest level that you can be until the superior dragon is just like a little bit more than I am.
I want to have to fact check that because
Yeah, you'll have to
I
because-
think you might be right, but I think he is just the lower spectrum
Because
of them.
Crimson was explaining it. She was like, superior dragons are based on how fast you mature and you get to be a dragon. So if you do it in like 10 years, 5 years, whatever, you're supposed to be a savant and you're super strong. And the dude was like, yo, yeah, it took me like 20 years, I think, to be one. So
Yeah, it took him a long time to
he
do it.
literally said, yeah, it took me 20
He's not
years,
there. He's not
so
there.
I may not be a part of the bloodline, but I've honed my skills to
Yeah.
be that nigga. Pretty much. So, but
And
at
past
the end
that.
of the day,
Yeah.
he's strong as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's pretty much a superior.
Also smart, too.
Yeah, he look. I don't want to. He's pretty much a superior dragon level. So I'm not trying to argue that if he's literally on the power level of a superior dragon anyway.
Right.
So my bad for arguing it, but that's how strong he is. But yeah, so they had that whole fight with Ragnar and Tada, whatever his name is, Tada, and yeah, that whole shit was just fire. Like, and then you just get to realize that like the princess has a hold on this guy. Do you remember this dude's name?
Who?
The lightning one?
No, the dude with the eyes, bruh. The demon with the
Oh,
eyes. But anyway, yo, yeah. But
That's
she
his
has
name.
the hold over,
No,
you
yeah,
know,
we'll put
the
it back.
princess has the hold over him.
Right.
And I have loved that whole twist about it because you never really knew that was happening. You seen him admiring her the whole time, but you didn't really know, like he was admiring her to the extent of like, yo, you remind me of the past princess of my old life.
Gotcha.
And that shit was just kind of like a mind twist for me.
Okay.
I think it was put in perfectly because it created a weakness to him to allow them to get the position that they had because he's a master tactician in battle.
Yeah.
And he was like that in his past life. He was a fighter in his past life, and I believe that without that happened, they wouldn't have been able to get through it. But I think that entire time leading up to now, I just think like this whole anime is just pedal to the floor. Ragnar has no other ambition other than to kill everything because he's lived this life multiple times. His future self is literally pushing him at every moment. Like you see in these past couple episodes alone, building up to this last episode now, Ragnar should be dead 500 times over.
So many
Yeah.
times he's been on the deathbed.
He literally has been on the verge of death and just literally pushes forward and keeps going, and he gets fucked up and he keeps going, and I just think that it just shows like, and there's a lot of the trend in a lot of animes where never give up. Never give up is the trend, but this guy takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
He's virtually unconscious most of the episodes.
That's so true.
Running through just eyes blank stare, just killing everything in front of him.
Yeah.
Just waving his
Instinct,
sword.
nigga.
Yeah, just just purely destroying things. I just like the anime because you think because of what they do with it is so chaotic. Because everything's happening so much and people are just dying left and right, and the story's just every time you think you figure something out, they're like plot twist,
Yeah.
plot twist, and that's what I like. You don't have to always be the best in animation. You don't always have to be the best in action. You don't always have to have the best story. But if you have a good combination of those and give me just a surprise here and there, no matter what category it falls in, I believe that it'll definitely take an anime to a much better place. Like for you, we're talking about wrong way to use healing magic. You didn't say that shit was the bomb. You just said that at this point
good.
now they're leading you up to a point where you're interested and invested in what's going to happen next.
Exactly.
Because they've done enough.
Yeah.
And in certain areas, whether it's just limited
They changed it up a lot,
animation,
yeah.
little bit characterization, the difference in how they're using and doing what they're doing.
With the magic.
I think that where that one's that good, Ragnar supersedes that because
For sure.
it has everything but to a higher degree.
Yeah.
Everything that they're doing, they're pinpointing on it.
That's true.
Like, the only thing that I've ever had an issue with on Ragnar was a little bit of the animation. I've just had a little bit of
Sometimes,
trouble.
yeah. A little
And not
stuff,
even,
too.
like, how they animated it, just this whole animation in general. Just it's as it is. Like, how
Okay.
Berserk was in the beginning when you first watched Berserk. You don't necessarily love...
You talking
how
about 3D
looks.
Berserk or the
Huh?
other Berserk?
Huh?
You talking about the 3D version of Berserk or
Yeah,
the
the
other
3D version.
Okay,
The
no,
3D
we don't talk
version
about
wasn't
that.
that great.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, it
don't talk
literally.
about
But
that,
when
though.
you watch it, like you just take off what it
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
like. So I had to separate how Ragnar looked for me in the beginning in order to
Okay.
fall for it. And now that I'm already invested, I don't care.
Okay.
You know, sidebar, my bad, sidebar, sorry. But you know it's kind of like that since you brought that up. Metal Rouge, what I was telling you about.
You did talk about
has
Metal
that
Rouge.
3D fucking
Yeah.
Animation,
Has that 3D,
yeah.
Berserk feel to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just has that because they did.
Ooh,
everything
hold
in
on.
3D,
Watch
so
what
it's
you're
kinda
saying.
cool,
Is
but
that
it's
good or
not-
bad? I don't
You know
know.
what?
No, but it's like higher scale.
Better? Okay,
You know what's
better.
funny? I watched some of these like I don't want to say lower quality animes, but like
They are.
they don't. It doesn't feel the same. Like you don't get the same feeling when you're watching Demon Slayer or watching.
Not at all.
Yeah,
Jujutsu
no.
Kaisen.
Yeah.
Like
Not at
for
all.
some reason, when you're watching these animes, you don't get that.
You can tell the difference when it's like
You
they
can
take their
literally
time.
Tell the difference. Like it doesn't pull you in.
Yeah.
Like these
Yes
other,
and
why
no.
is
No,
that?
no,
Why do
because
you think it's that?
the only reason why I have to disagree is sometimes because like what I would say is Kingdom of Room last season didn't
I
have the
loved it.
best animation.
It did not.
But it still enthralled me in.
A good
with
story.
all the
Good story.
action that it-
Different
that
story.
it did.
And I think
It was different.
I think that one is what you would consider because I think there's different tiers of animes and like
Yeah.
for example, we can tier. We could, bring your list down a little bit, Josh. You have right there. Just on what we have here, for example, you can put The Witch and the Beast, The Unwanted. You can put Classroom of Elites and Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic as definitely animes that you would consider telling people to watch, but you wouldn't sit here and tell them, that's just gonna be the best thing you watch.
That's
But
facts.
you know,
That's
if you want
facts.
to watch some shit that you're gonna enjoy,
Yeah.
you can you can get involved and you can get it. Boom. But if you want to talk about Ragnar Crimson and Shangri-La and fucking Undead Unluck,
Hold on though. Hold on.
and,
Hold
you
on.
know,
Hold on. He said Shangri-La.
yeah, we're gonna get
I
there
was
in a
waiting.
Second. We're gonna get there in a second.
Oh man.
Because
All right. Go
shit-
ahead.
shit-
Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying.
Finish cooking. Finish cooking.
Animes like that are the ones that bring you in every fucking episode because they leave you on the edge of your seat. And Shangri-La, like I brought up earlier, has been doing that every fucking episode.
Bro.
With its ingenuity, its creativity, its sense of urgency when Sun Raku is fighting and how he supersedes his situation.
This is the best
in ways that doesn't even like his thought
game
process.
anime
Like,
series I've ever
Sword
seen.
Art Online, hands
100%.
down to me for years, even though it had a shitty fucking alpha
First
series
episode,
and
yeah,
all
yeah,
that,
yeah.
hands down was one of the best video game animes I had seen. Purely on aspect.
I'm not gonna
of-
lie, Gun Gale was up there, bro. Gun Gale
Gun Gale
was
was
good
good.
as fuck.
I didn't have issues with Gun
Fire.
Gale. People hated it.
Gun
But
Gale
now
was fire.
And I'm not saying
Watching
saying that
this,
I'm not
though?
saying that Shangri-La is better than because Alphalization of Sword Art Online.
That was good too. That was good
It's
too.
not better than Alicization.
No, that's what I'm saying. So there's different tiers, but I'm saying in terms of his Shangri-La will continue to where it's at now, and only to get better and
It's
continue
at
to
the
have
back.
this vibrant story.
I don't know,
It's
man.
like Patrick Mahomes. of-
This is like pure video game though.
Like, he has a good trajectory. The nigga looked better, way better in the first season.
Swear to God.
This is like
So
pure
let's see what
video
he got
game.
on the later seasons, but boy, if he keeps going on the
I
trajectory,
like
go
my
ahead.
favorite part about that whole anime is that it literally allows Sun Raku to be the best he can be based on his skill set.
He's a top 1%.
Whatever he
top
hands
1%,
down,
100%,
whatever
bro.
his imagination, this little noodle up here can cook
Yeah.
up. This game's like
When it
try
comes to skills, tactics, and
This
everything,
man literally
it's
fought
like it's something like if we were him, we won't think of like the tactics that he
Not even a
does
little bit.
in his video game.
This man-
This man literally thinks outside the box, and he takes literally every mechanic into like
possible.
exactly into
Man,
the
he
possibility
takes-
and everything.
He takes the box and draws his plan on it.
Yeah.
All right,
And
there's
it's
no like
so
he can't, he just,
freaking
and he does it on the
good,
fly.
bro.
Like, oh, I'm about to die. No, let's figure this out.
And it's
You
not
know?
just him too, because
the whole time.
the other two characters do it
Oh,
too.
they're all- and
But
that's another
but
thing.
and that's the thing, but not to like the extent that Sun Raku's doing, because I feel like Sun Raku's just literally just
Yeah.
far and above
Because the thing is,
like him
Let me
in
not say
this.
that. Let me-
No, no,
Pentagon,
no.
Pentagon.
She
had
did
this-
spend a shit ton of money. You're
Pentagon,
right though.
that pre-plan
She-
that she
yo,
had,
bro, like, the
her
pre-
shit was.
She spent
She played
millions.
Sun Raku's moves and this girl's moves, and then they
Millions.
adjusted to it.
Yes,
But she gave them the plan.
Yeah, she did. She did.
My argument would be if Sanraku literally said, "Hey, yo, you know what? I'm not gonna let you have to worry about me ever while you fight those two people."
I'm not gonna lie.
Literally, I'm
Yeah.
gonna die.
Yeah.
And revive myself every
Right.
time.
And you
Right.
saw- I
That's
even
so
figured this
raw.
shit
Time
out.
out.
That's-
Time out.
that's what
So
I'm-
Time out.
raw,
That's-
so
you're
raw.
partially wrong because they revived them about 4 times
No, yes.
in the beginning,
In the
Yeah.
beginning.
and then later.
And then later, when all his revives was to himself, he was
Yeah,
like, "I'm
but-
about to
Yeah.
die."
Because remember, he had to warm up. He was figuring
When
out
they-
everything
when
that
they
was
got to
going
the
on.
final
But I don't think that was a part of the
Bro,
plan.
he literally said, "Yo, final
It hasn't
stage,
been
I'm
mentioned.
taking this,
No, that's what I'm saying. It got
It-
to that point.
Yeah, I'm just saying it wasn't mentioned if that was part of the plan. Like he was gonna revive himself, and it was a part of the plan. Kudos. If
That
it
was
wasn't,
it. No,
that
it
nigga
wasn't.
had
It
a
wasn't.
3,000
That was him
IQ
on the
play.
fly.
It
You
wasn't.
know
I'm just
why
saying,
it wasn't a part of the
3,000
plan?
because they weren't paying
His friend-
attention.
No, his friend was about to
About to
revive
revive
him.
him.
And
Yes.
she said no.
Wait. Yes. Yes.
That's why it
And
wasn't
she,
part of the plan.
bro, that's why I love it so much because this man literally thought about the, outside the box, and not only did he did all the revives, he did the potions that it didn't do the full revives, and then he was thinking
He
about
has
his
to use everything.
passives and making sure that all the timing was wrong. And
Yeah.
you know what I love about the last episode that we got? He fucked up.
He fucked up.
He misjudged
Miscalculated.
he
And
miscalculated
had to
it.
think on the fly still.
No, and then he got saved by his friend, by the other two.
No, he didn't.
They
He
took
still
the-
had to
they-
think on the- well, yeah, he got
No.
He did get saved.
He
by
got
it. But
saved.
if she would have never threw that knife at
He
him,
would
he
have
would have
never
been
thought of
murdered.
it.
He would have got murdered.
Yes, but
So,
it
like,
bought-
even
it
though-
bought him, like, 10
But it's
seconds.
human.
Max.
And
But the
then he
thing is,
realized, like, oh, I can.
And
What?
then he saved
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah,
but that's the human thing about it is that I love about it because like he even though he did this all like meticulously, he had this plan and everything. He thought about
And he was
everything.
like, I missed
And he
I-
fucked
ah.
up, bro. How many times did you try to do
Yeah,
something
true.
and you feel like you could do it completely
Yeah,
wrong,
just
and you still
calculated
messed up?
one little thing.
Every
And
time.
it felt
Every
so
time.
human. Like even though if you plan everything 100%, it's not gonna go
Yeah,
your
right.
way.
You plan and you're like, yo, I'm gonna throw it, and you're like, wait, I never equipped the grenade. What?
Yes.
What exactly?
That's crazy. I was supposed to throw the grenade then, but I never.
I never
Yo,
equipped
I
it.
will
Like,
play
it was
afterwards.
just
Yeah.
there. I didn't equip it. It was so good.
He is the only person that can pass that. Because
What?
he-
No.
I think he would be the no.
I don't know.
think- because he had the only weapon
Nah. Time out.
that can counter.
Do you want
So-
me
Not the
do you
whole
wanna-
way.
So
do you
hold
wanna
on.
hear my-
The
my-
other two that were with him, they were using all their abilities and everything against the horse or whatever, the horse being thing. Maybe if they were facing the actual main guy, maybe they would be able to adjust. Because the thing is,
Do you know
There
who's the
are-
secret main character?
who?
Cyger Zero. This I'm telling you, this they haven't even shown you how raw she really is.
Oh,
They've
yeah,
shown
she
just
is.
a
You're
little
right.
bit.
Man,
And
you're
this
right.
bitch is turd.
You're right.
So I
You're
think
right.
she can
She
walk
undercover
in there
gamer.
like if she
You're
walk
right.
in there like Sanraku beat him and she walk in like I need to beat you to get him.
So hold
Wow.
on.
She
I
gonna
gotta
walk
ask
there
you
and
guys.
nigga real quick,
Yeah.
and Sanraku's gonna be like, "Wow, it took me forever to beat it." She's gonna be running through it real quick. They're gonna make it funny or something. She has
Yeah.
to.
I gotta ask
She
you guys a
seems
question.
So raw.
I feel like he might be the only person to beat it first, but once like
Everybody
people
else is
find
gonna
out-
start figuring it out.
I got a question for
He has
y'all.
a special weapon that gives him that.
Yeah, and
That's
everybody
dope.
was just gonna be like, all right, I just gotta make sure I maximize my counter.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I got a question for you guys.
What?
I don't watch it usually, and I ended up watching it last week. Do you guys watch like the last act, like the little shorts that they have at the very
No, I
end?
don't. Why?
I never watched it either, and I don't know
either.
what possessed me not watch this
So you
episodes
gonna
of it.
spoil something for us? Is that what you're about to do?
No, it was like
I could spoil it.
Yeah, no.
Y'all wanna get spoiled of it?
Yeah.
How is Pentagon her sister?
Oh, Pentagon's his sister.
Her sister.
Wait.
Her-
Cyger Zero.
Sister.
It
Pentagon?
is literally Pentagon. Pentagon is like they literally family related, bro. They literally did it in this little show when she was baking cookies and stuff like that, and she made it herself. And it was like this, like, oh no, he's eating myself, like he's eating me, and they're like, and they made it all awkward and shit. And I'm watching this, like, what the fuck is like? Oh, I can make it into my sister. And then she made the sister chocolate character, and guess who the fuck it was? It was the
Cyger.
model for fucking Pentagon.
Oh, Pentagon.
And I was like, "Woo! Are they really just dropping that they're fucking related?" Because we found out that the brother is the leader of the guild that she was in, and now this is all his freaking
that's
sister.
true.
I was like, "Yo,
But I
what the
don't know
fuck
if it
is it,
necessarily be sister though. Would it be cousin?
bruh?"
No, I get it. We ain't got.
No, I know we don't gotta do it. No, we can keep on talking and stuff like that. I'm gonna show you this
The
though.
next one,
I'm
I
so
haven't
show you
seen
this
it.
stuff.
I don't know. Have y'all been keeping up with the next
With who?
Classroom of Elite?
Classroom of Elites, I have caught up to it. I'm gonna be honest with you, is that it's very entertaining, but I completely every episode I completely forget who everybody is. I don't remember everybody's names, and
So
like
it's not that enthralling
I
or
can see
engaging.
like yo like there's levels to these things, but like I'm not always there to it.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I've just like it's been an okay series so far.
So one I want to talk about real quick, and it falls to this, like I said, it falls to the same category as a wrong way to use magic,
Right.
healing magic. It's the unwanted undead warrior.
Yeah.
I think that
Unwanted Undead Warrior?
Yes.
So
Is this Undead Unluck Part 2?
No, that's different. It's
not at
different.
all.
it's not an isekai, but what it is somebody does die, but he stays in his world. And where he's an adventurer, and he's been a long time adventurer, and he goes
Yeah.
into a dungeon on his own, meets the wrong enemy, he
Yeah,
dies,
yeah.
and he ends up coming back as a ghoul,
Yeah.
which is like, or a skeleton first. I'm sorry, a skeleton
Yeah,
first.
skeleton.
And when he comes back as a skeleton, he's able to keep all his memories and all the magic and abilities he had prior, like his divinities and stuff, because he had a rare set of divinities. So
Well, he could use divinity, magic,
healing,
and then
and some
other. He can use all three. Of
yeah, he
these
can
things.
use the three of the main ones,
Yeah.
which is rare for somebody. He just wasn't that good as a warrior. So they have a special thing in this one where some certain monsters, which now he's classified as a monster, are able to existentially evolve.
Right.
Meaning that they can evolve into a creature that is beyond what they are already.
Yeah.
So in this anime, he progresses slowly and does certain challenges, and certain things that he does is what's going to allow him to evolve in different manners. So he's trying to become more and more acclimated to this new body that he has, and these new transformations that he's going to constantly go through, so that he can become more human again, so he can go back to living. His main goal is to become a mithril adventurer, which is the highest level of adventurer,
Okay.
because he's been adventuring for the longest time and never was good enough to become a great adventurer, but was good enough to make everybody in town remember him as one of the best helpers because he was always there for people. He was always helping them. So his story so far is becoming very interesting.
Okay.
It's involving a lot of characters that are basically going to be a little bit of a cushion for him as he continues on his journey. I definitely believe that it's one of those you can take your time on it and let it go through. You don't have to watch every episode.
Yeah.
Some of the episodes give you a little bit of, because for me, I personally just want to see where he goes.
Yeah.
They're giving you things, little hints and tips of where he might turn into and what he might become. At this point, he wants to become a vampire, which is the closest to human. Who knows where he can go after that? But, it takes different. Like I said, the only way he turned into what he is now, which is a ghoul. Ghoul.
Oh, ghast.
Ghast. It's a
Ghast.
ghast, actually, which is a sub-vampire.
Yeah.
It's because he drank blood on accident. Because his thirst got so bad that he had to drink some, and that drinking that blood activated a special circumstance that evolved him.
Okay.
So as we continue on, you're going to see that he's eventually going to either by accident or by nature do something that's going to help him evolve to the next level.
To a vampire, because they pretty much just saying he's a low
Yeah.
vampire.
Yeah, he's basically going into the vampire tree.
Yeah.
So, he's basically going to become somewhat of a... and then right now he's getting more equipment and special items that help him become a somewhat better adventurer than he was before. So now he's actually going to become a mithril adventurer, but he's a monster.
He's a monster.
Instead of a
he's gonna
human.
become a vampire mithril adventure, which is kind of witty.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
it's
okay.
definitely just something you can have fun with. You don't have to watch every week, but it's definitely good enough to get a little bit of time.
Okay.
What y'all on? What you want to put on here, bro? Maybe I'll take the shape. Sanraku. Just give it a little heavy.
I mean, a little bit embarrassing. That's what I'm saying. Like, this little stuff, I wasn't think. You would eat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah.
She is.
This is right here,
definitely
right here.
caught up.
Wow, you're right. She just said my sister. That's significant. That's my sister.
Yeah, clearly. Verbatim.
Pensilon is her sister. They're all part of that family.
You see what I'm saying? I literally skip this every single time.
Yeah.
The one time
You know
I
how
don't
many
skip
hints
it.
and tips he
Yo,
probably
I
has?
had literally seen this and I didn't catch that. Because I was like, I don't think I watched it all the way to the end. Because it was just like doing that.
Because it was so stupid
It's like,
shit.
oh, don't
It
do
was
me there,
really
don't
so
touch me there. I'm like,
stupid.
alright, I'm outta here.
And then she did this, and I paused this, and I promise you, I went to the
This
Reddit
time
forum.
rewind.
I went to Reddit, and I went to the anime subreddit, and no one talked about this.
Yeah,
And no one talking about this.
that's crazy.
I'm like, yo,
No, they
she's
probably
straight
read it
up
already.
saying,
She said
yo, that's her sister.
Yeah. Well, we'll see because this is self.
That's literally Pentagon right there.
Everything in this is real.
Man, if it is, I'm just saying. But now, it like when they reveal it in the future that it is her sister.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, it's funny because the fact that she's trying to get so close to Sonraku, and her sister's so close to Sonraku already.
Yep.
So I feel like it makes it really funny
And they've
in
been
that aspect of
close
it.
too, because they've
Yeah.
been playing games for a while, or they've been going against each other for a while.
And her freaking sister's an actual idol in real life, in their real life.
Yeah. That's
So
You know who has a great relationship though?
who?
Andy and Unluck, bro. And Undead Unluck, bro.
That's the same person.
I haven't caught up. But
Andy and
Unluck, bro.
Okay.
They're not the same
Okay.
people.
All right. You're right. You're right.
They're not. You're dumb.
Yeah,
John.
he's undead.
I'm Dead Unluck
You're
is
right.
probably
You
one
just
of
forgot
the
her
top
actual
animes
name.
of
It's
this
okay.
season.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's definitely got its own character building going on. It's got its own unique abilities. It's got its own
And it kept going?
storyline. This story is so everywhere.
Yeah, the thing is it comes like, I don't know. It's like one of those like TV series where it's like a CSI, not a CSI, like one of those like cop shows almost like where like every season or every episode you don't know what to expect because there's another obstacle that they have to tackle, and then within the basic, you know, fundamentals of the show, it's like, oh, okay, so you found out they have these tasks and these things that they have to complete, otherwise they suffer a penalty. And then if you are all caught up, spoiler alert on everybody who hasn't watched Undead Unlocked, there's gonna be a lot of spoilers going on. But yeah, have you caught up, Josh, bro? Because I'm
Go ahead, spoil it. Don't worry about
it.
it. Go ahead, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So there's a betrayal that goes on.
Oh, not a
In the
betrayal.
Whole,
Yeah.
bro. In the
Oh,
whole thing, there's a whole
damn.
betrayal that goes on where you don't really
He said-
expect
he
it.
said,
So-
"Go ahead,
It's not my
go
dog,
ahead,
right?
go
It's not my
ahead,
dog,
go
right?
ahead."
Yeah, that's not your dog.
All right, it's not my dog.
So,
All right.
It's your cat.
So the thing is,
It's your cat.
it's your cat, my boy. Yeah, no.
Not
But the
cat.
thing is, there's so many
Can never
different
trust
plot twists from where you're going from. It's from like, okay, there's an apocalypse, so there could be an apocalypse, and then it's like, okay, now they're suffering on this, and no, now they got to fight internally within. Then now there's kind of like a civil war within it. So it's like you can never kind of really pinpoint on where they're going with Undead Unluck, but it's
Okay.
still such a great.
Do
Anime
you think it's
episode by
unorganized or is it?
No,
put
it's
together
perfectly
well?
organized.
It's put together well.
It go well, not perfectly, but it's greatly put together.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely falls in the category of a bit chaotic, but it follows a guideline that's easy to follow as long as you want to
Yeah.
pay attention.
Okay.
If you don't pay
Watch every
attention and you let it
episode.
just happen, you could get lost.
Yeah, if
But,
you skip at 2 episodes or episode, you'll get
Yeah,
confused.
because
as shit.
their stories, the story kind of jumps, but it jumps in a way that you can follow along if you're paying attention.
And
Okay.
I will say, my bad, not to cut you
Very
off,
good.
but I will say the last episode that it showed was very confusing. You seen the last episode?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so the
I
last
saw it.
episode that they showed, there was in the
So
beginning
confused.
part, they literally was like information. All right, so now we're done with all that information. This is where we're at. You're like, damn, my boy, I gotta follow through all of that right there. Like I know, like that shit's not gonna be that bad because he's gonna read mad fast, but it's still like thrown at you. It's just
All at once.
thrown at you real quickly though. It's
I got
like,
you.
Damn, bro.
I just think the pacing of this
Can I
anime is a little
grasp it?
quick, but it's quick for what it is.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not like they're quick on purpose and screwing it. I just think the way this anime is built is like that. Because a lot of the episodes have been like, even since the beginning, it's been in your face, it's been loud, it's been perverted, it's been just memorable, it's been just whatever happens, on to the next one. We got shit to do.
Yeah.
So, and following that guideline, as long as you're just, fuck it, just taking it what they give you, you're good. You're going to follow along. But if you try to take, like you said, an episode off, or you skip an episode, or you miss something, you're not paying attention, you can end up in a whole nother scenario that had nothing to do with what was going on before.
Right.
So, but I just think like the character development, the character abilities, the character enthrallment that they put you on, everybody, like you're invested with majority of the characters so far. Some of them they still kind of kept on the back burner, but I'm sure that they're going to make a little bit more of a presence later on. But I think there's a few certain characters that you'll take with you right now at the end of this season, because we have one episode left, where you'll say, oh, okay, yeah, I like that one more than the other. But I think this, especially since how it's been, to the uniqueness, it's overall ability to grip you and keep you in there and just give you some shit to think about, is one of the top animes so far of this year that came out a little bit last year going into this year. And, excluding the animes that we know that are continuing from, like the Demon Slayers and things like that, of ones that are just coming out now, that are brand new into the streets,
For sure.
Undead Unluck has the possibility to remain as one of the top ones for right now, like Shangri-La Frontier, and, other ones in that nature, Farron, and fucking, Solo Leveling now, and that new Ninja Kamui, that one's going to be...
We'll see
Hey, that was the
where it
first
goes.
episode. Again, it was an amazing episode. Can they keep it up? We'll see.
We'll see with that one, man. Yeah. I mean, another one that we're gonna get into. This one's actually, it's crazy. This one's actually on Netflix. It's called Delicious in Dungeon, and I think we talked about this one, but the basic
A little bit, yeah, we
concept
did.
of it- Yeah, I know. The basic concept of it is these adventurers. The adventurers they traveled in the low part of a dungeon. One of the main adventurers' sisters got eaten by a dragon. She bravely transported and teleported everybody to the beginning to live. So now they're traveling back down into the dungeon to save her. But they didn't have enough time to collect money to go back to get food. So they ran into somebody that actually is an experienced person that cooks monsters in the dungeon. So every episode is basically of them trying to conquer different monsters and then make different meals out of that monster.
While they're trying to go save his sister who's
While
been
they're
eaten.
trying to go save his sister. I will say in these recent episodes, they have mentioned his sister a lot more frequently. and how they need to get
Do they finally have like a sense of urgency or no,
No.
not really? Oh, okay, my bad. You already answered.
No.
No, just a urgency.
but they
Cause she's
definitely-
getting digested by a dragon,
Look, they've had,
and apparently
they've had
that
at least-
dragon is old as us,
Yo,
and it takes
I
forever to
will
digest
tell you-
shit.
I will
Okay.
tell you their brother's main focus is how monsters will taste.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. Like you would think it'd be his sister, and he'd be like, "Yo, I wonder what these monsters are like."
I
now."
think I hit a low point with him when this nigga said, "Oh, I wonder how this walking armor would taste."
Yeah, this man literally.
Oh, yeah.
Literal
I
armor.
heard about that. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, okay, bro, you're a little extra.
You really don't care what
You really.
Bro,
he's like,
I'm
at
not
this
gonna-
point, you're just hungry.
Bro.
all the time.
But didn't they cook him though? They cooked him though, didn't they?
Did you see where they was like, "Yo, I'm gonna eat treasure"?
Yeah, yeah.
The boys literally
Exactly.
eat treasure. There's treasure, but like.
Now you know how to
like-
eat
like,
gold,
they
bro.
literally-
Wait, do they eat everything?
Everything.
Well, if it's monster related, they'll
It's
make
monster,
it
everything.
It's a monster. It's a treasure monster. Coins it disguises itself as treasure.
But the thing is, the treasure there was chocolate underneath. When you like take the wrapping off, there was chocolate underneath the treasure.
No, there's not. This guy didn't even watch the episode.
Look, long story
That
short,
was
I
just
say
making
Delicious in Dungeon is an anime that you can watch with your family. It's definitely a family-friendly anime.
Yeah.
You can watch this for
This
just
element
fun.
two is whack, bro.
It's not whack.
I'm not gonna say it's whack, but I will say it's not something I personally want to invest myself into because I just feel like it's just a corny parody of somebody just trying to cook a bunch of monsters and having a relatively small point in the background where he's got to save his sister. Because the
gotcha.
urgency of him saving his sister is about 20%.
It's like not there. It's like not there.
Yeah, I feel you. Maybe like 5, 6%.
Maybe like 10.
Like every episode, he's like, that's gonna be delicious. Woo! His
Yo.
sister's that way. But that monster
He
over
was
there,
like, yeah, but we can literally defeat my. And he doesn't care.
Yeah, she
what-
did. She
Yo, this man
fine.
does
She
not care
okay.
what monster it is.
It
He
doesn't
wants
matter.
it.
It-
The boy
it-
literally, like, I'm sorry.
Yo,
Yeah.
they
He
could
literally fought Ghost and was like, "Oh, I wonder how a Ghost would taste, dog."
Yo, they could be like, yo, we just ran into the big booty goblin. He's got nothing but man booty cheeks. I want to eat
Damn,
it.
that booty cheeks.
He would like literally be like,
Booty
I
cheeks
need
are
both
ham-
cheeks.
Yeah,
So like,
them
how? Why?
hammy.
Why do you need that?
Those
boy,
hammy,
like,
though.
Left cheek.
He'll just have a
Right
fork
cheek,
and spoon
both
like,
cheeks.
"Ugh." I'm telling you, little Caesars, he'll be back there throwing salt on it. Let me get that. I'm telling you, he does not care. And then the dwarf's always with it. The dwarf's like, oh, we cooking? Let's do it. And he just
Right.
pulls out his utensils and he's ready. His utensils are his battle weapons. That's how you know this man's ready to cook all the time.
Yo, the
100%.
boy's so greedy. I'm sorry, dog. In this recent episode, I'm gonna spoil if anybody didn't see it. Spoiler alert. In the most recent episode, this boy they defeated a freaking monster, right? The monster had a parasite in it, and he was like, "You know what? We can actually cook this parasite. It was a huge parasite. We can cook these parasites." Boy's frying up the parasites. This man looked at the raw parasite that was filleted and was like, "I wonder how it tastes raw." And ate the parasite raw.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. For an anime that you
Yeah.
might not like too much, you guys have a
Like,
lot of
dog,
memorable
how
moments
greedy
of it.
are you? You
I'm
literally
just
ate a
saying.
parasite raw? Like, do you not know what the consequences of that?
Hey,
You
bro,
don't
it's
give a
taste
fuck.
testing,
You
bro.
don't give
That's
a
what it
fuck.
is.
Parasite.
It could have been like sushi, bro.
Yeah.
Dog,
Dead sushi.
you see, but it was mad.
How'd you think the first sushi was made? Like, yo, let me eat this raw fish and see if it tastes good.
No. it was
I'm
not.
not.
The first sushi
Oh
was like-
shit, this is kind of
the first
good.
sushi we made was like, fuck, I'm starving. I have
That
to
shit
eat
was
anything
raw, bro.
today.
That shit was raw
And then
fish.
They caught a fish and was like, "You think I'm gonna wait for this shit to cook? I'm
Exactly.
gonna just
That's what he did
That
with the
shit was
parasite,
fire.
though.
I
But
think I'll eat it raw again."
Yeah.
But so going on to some
Yeah.
shit that's not so kid friendly, The Witch and the Beast.
how is that going so
Yeah,
far?
man.
How's that going? Who's watching that?
So
Oh,
that anime has a whole different obsession where
Yeah.
Delicious in Dungeon, the guy's obsessed with eating monsters. In
Yeah.
this anime, the main character, Giru, is a trapped. Not exactly sure what the specifics of what he
He's a
is.
vampire.
No, he's the vampire's worst enemy.
No, witch is worse.
As a witch's worst enemy. I'm sorry. So he might be a vampire. You could be correct. But long story short, the main character is hidden in is trapped inside of a body of a young girl. We're not sure if it's a man. I'm pretty sure it's a man. But the only way, it's a witch's curse, and the only way to break a witch's curse so far, what they've explained, is that you either get the witch who's cursed you to be remorseful of what she's done and remove the curse,
Okay.
and or kiss the witch that did it. in a way that's passionate, not just a regular kiss has to be a passionate.
You gotta be
kiss.
love, bro.
But there's a
Amor.
subtext that allows you that even if the witch is not the one that cursed you, if you do lock lips with the curse, you can with the witch, you can temporarily break the curse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Gidu's body gets released, and then that body that's released from the from prison is probably the most badass character I've seen that came out in the entrance in terms of like, oh, I'm coming to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Like, and left no shit left behind. Like, he had a mission, and it was
So he came out first episode, right?
first episode.
Yes, he did.
First episode they showed
Did
you.
he come out again?
No.
No, it hasn't come out yet again.
Oh, really?
So at this
No, but
point,
it's not.
They're
not
building up to
disappointing.
it.
yeah, they're doing a lot of storylines. They're trying to basically enthrall you in the aspect of what could be, which is what they gave you the first episode, and then just kind of giving you a bit of rough passage. You
Okay.
know, kind of building up the characters,
Yeah.
giving you more insight on what might happen. It's still a little bit interesting. It's not crazy. They still have a
Yeah.
little bit of action embedded here and there. You know, it shows you what they can do when they're not in that form, because they do win fights without going into that form. Again, as you can see later on, and they do fight some pretty interesting characters. They just have to fight them in different methods. But I think the character interactions, I think the sub secondary main character to me is my favorite, because his mannerisms, how he reacts to things, just how he is. He has that whole air of him being a main character, even though he's a side main character. But I think this one falls along in the category of the rest of them that were like, you can watch it and you can enjoy it and you can get invested in it, but you're not really trying to wait for the next episode at this point, from what I've seen.
I think the thing is like, because the main character is low-key frustrated with the writer, too, though, at this point. Because, like, the main character literally just wants to fight witches.
Yeah.
And he's literally getting mad because they're accepting a bunch of missions that does not involve witches.
Gotcha.
So it's like the main character is pissed off, too. It's like, yo, why the F am I going on these stupid-ass missions that I don't really need to do if it's not about a
Does he have a greater purpose for it?
He literally only joined this organization so he can find the witch that cursed him, and they have the best chances of finding witches, because most of the time when a witch is like when a witch is like, you know, terrorizing a place, they call this organization.
Okay.
And for the most part, he gets the first call to go out there and exterminate witches, but he's getting mad because he's just like, yo, I gotta do these stupid ass missions that don't involve witches.
Fighting witches and stuff.
And you're kind of like that too.
Yeah, you follow along the same mentality. I'm just
But isn't there like a underlying motive of why he's doing that though?
because
have
he
you
wants
not
to be
seen it?
He
released.
wants to get his curse.
No.
other
The other person. The reason why he's doing that though.
Doing what?
I'm not gonna lie, cause I'm not gonna lie.
That
That sounds. That sounds.
He's doing it because he's a part of the organization.
The organization
No.
basically is using
The
them
way
how
I
they
want to
wish use
compare it, because I'm not gonna lie, it kind of sounds like Violet Evergarden when they were teaching her how to write the letters and stuff like that to kind of show you how to love.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this is like an underlying meaning of like, you know, how for her to act towards it, or him to act towards his like thing.
After
You're right.
he gets his body back, to be like, yo, you gotta help people.
To be a little bit more human or something like that's why I was asking if there's like a little
I don't
underlying
It
meaning.
could have a deeper meaning, but at this point, it doesn't seem to me like
You
that
haven't seen-
anime
okay,
has
okay.
that kind of texture.
Me neither.
Okay.
I just think-
okay,
I just
got
think-
you.
I don't believe that.
He's just sidestepping shit right
If
now.
there
Okay, I
is-
got you. I
if
got
there
you.
is an underlining meaning, it's gonna be a plot twist.
That
Okay.
Kind of thing.
I will catch up by next week,
Beat
for
somebody
sure.
With one punch, bro. I don't think it's about that.
Okay.
But one that I do feel that an anime that I do feel that is above Witch and the Beast, but it has the potential to be in the higher tier
know what
category,
you're
but
gonna
has
say.
definitely fell back down. Except for the last episode. So like what they did in the first episode and then the last one that just came out, they kind of did like okay, we got
Hold on.
something for you. So
Be honest, bro.
what?
Until we watch Ninja Kumai today, that had the best first episode we've
Best
seen
first
this year for
episode
sure.
we've seen.
Yeah, that's what I was
This year's
saying.
Show for sure.
So
Yeah.
like,
What
so
episode, which show y'all talking about?
Ishura.
Ishura,
Y'all keep it in-
100%,
I was about to
because
get
I know
there,
what
but
he
you
was
cut me
talking
off,
about.
you know what I mean?
Because I know he was talking about.
Yeah,
The thing
but
is,
audience might not.
I was getting there.
but we letting y'all
I was
know right
building up
now.
the texture, you know, I was painting a
Yeah,
picture.
sure.
He couldn't handle it.
He couldn't.
I
He
couldn't handle
exploded.
it because I know exactly what he was talking about. Because the first episode was amazing, but the next few episodes after that were a little were lackluster.
Real. I mean, real.
They were lackluster
But-
because there's a lot of build up. I'm not gonna lie. They should have done what they did with Frieren, just release 4 episodes all at once. But this only has 12 episodes. This only had 12 episodes this season, so it's understandable. It's understandable why they couldn't do that.
I just think
But it's
that-
a lot of build up.
I just think that right now where they're at, how far are you?
I'm caught up.
I haven't seen the.
You saw the last
No, I'm
episode?
caught up.
So you
I'm
saw the
caught
last
up.
one.
I'm caught up.
So you agree with the last?
No, it's great. It's getting
This
good
last
right now.
one.
They're finally fighting each other.
That's what I'm saying.
They're finally fighting.
Fighting each other.
The name people are fighting name people.
The people that they probably introduced.
No.
Have
Did you get to the part with the? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Main people are fighting main people, and that's what we've been waiting for. Okay, because
it was a good fight.
It's been this entire series has been a build up to show you the characters in this world and how strong they are.
Exactly.
They finally faced off for the first time last week.
Yeah, but it's bound to happen.
No,
And
this week.
again.
No,
This week. I'm sorry. This week.
No,
Last
because
week.
it's
The
bound
last
to happen
episode. I
because
apologize.
The thing is they literally spent all these episodes introducing people, so they
Right.
introduced 2 to 3 people per episode. So it's
Exactly,
you
they were.
obviously are doing these so that
Which
we
is
can
why I
end up
compared it to
fighting these.
Which is why I compared it to Farron, because the first 4 episodes of
No,
Farron
you
one
can't
was
compare
very
that for
slow.
sure.
Was
You're-
was very slow, and until like the 5th, 6th episode, that's when you kind of grasped
can't-
it,
you
and
can't.
that's when you started seeing the action of it.
No.
That's when it started getting enticing.
No. You
Okay,
know why? Because
we
the
play
shit
it back, bro. We could play back
Yeah,
what you
and we
said.
can play back the first episode of the show and tell me
Watch,
you didn't
but I'm
think
just saying, it's same
that
thing
it was gonna
happened.
be the
The
best
only
episode.
difference is that first episode was Ashura was so good
Yes.
that you thought it was gonna be more action, and then it turned into Farron first 4 episodes.
Yeah, and the only difference between me and a white person is my skin is dark and theirs is light.
Exactly, that's a big
talking
difference.
about,
Is it not a big difference?
Like, yeah. Like,
But you're still a person though.
Yeah.
But you're still a human person
Yeah,
though,
but
right?
but
So
it's like,
same but
why
different,
you
but still the
weird as
same.
shit,
Okay
bro.
then. God, I see
It's
beyond
like,
color,
yeah,
bro.
I get your comparison, I get it.
So funny.
But it's like, yeah, I guess it's all an anime at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, I know.
It's still different.
Exactly, at the end of the day, it's still an anime. And I'm like, yeah, I know, dog. Like, you
I
can't
just say,
compare
same, but
everything.
still different.
Like, it's the same.
So what's
No,
your
but
point? What's your point?
no, my
Yeah, what
point,
is your
my
point?
point about it is that Farron started really slow, and then it picked up,
Okay.
and to the point where I'm like,
And
damn,
then
I
what is
love
your
this
point-
anime.
And then what's your point about it?
Ishura started really strong, and then it started dying down. But I do feel like even though it started, it's similar because it's dying down because it's building up the story and it's building up the other characters that you're gonna start seeing. Then now we're like again the last fight that just happened, it started hyping it up. Because again, these characters are broken. That's why I said similar. If you rewind that back, I said it's similarly like Farron. Okay. It's not. Where the thing is, the only difference is that this started off really strong, and then it died down because it was building up the world. Okay, you're right. Compare it to Hunter x Hunter and what happened on Hunter x Hunter is one of my favorite anime.
Bro, I'm just saying you can compare it to everything where it was like it wasn't that great in the beginning, but then it got great. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Because
bro,
it had a slow
you can't
start.
compare it
You remember you were like, you know what? I'm going to watch this anime and I'm not going to really watch it because it's all about the story. And then you just got dunked out by Farron because then it had action with the story. And then it became one of the best things that you've been watching.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
But how did it start? It started as a show that you weren't going to be
Started
interested in.
amazing. I thought
No, it started off bad and you weren't like, you were bored and you weren't going to really watch it. And that was world building. And then once the world building was over and it started showing you more and it started showing you action, you're like, damn, this is actually really good.
But it sure started off amazing though. That's what
Exactly.
I'm about.
It started off amazing and then it went exactly the Farron route. Then after that, it kind of plateaued a little bit and that's when it started kicking up again. The same thing as Farron because it was world building. Because what it was doing is it was introducing you all the other characters that are strong as fuck. They're going to be seen in the show. And now you're going to have strong characters against the strong characters, and we're going to see how they battle it out.
Am I
That's how
crazy
this
for
happened.
thinking that his comparisons is a little weird, or do you agree with his comparisons? Because it's like,
Because this is
I
a downturn
agree,
of it.
because you gotta
but
separate.
I don't understand how you.
Because you gotta separate it from the fact he's not saying that they're the same anime. What he's saying is the precedence and what they took to progress in their story was almost relatively similar, minus the first episode.
Exactly.
Farron didn't have an outstanding first episode. What Farron had was 4 episodes of nonchalant anime that introduced you to a lot of things at once, but it didn't exactly say, yo, keep watching me. You only watched it because you wanted to kind of see what was going on because you were hoping that it got better. Then it said, pow, and it
Boom.
smacked you in the face. But it didn't always smack you in the face, but it smacked you enough that when you wanted it, it was great. Ishura started out the gates, was like, nigga, watch me. Then you start watching it, it's like, you can keep watching me, but I'm kind of not the same as the first episode. But when it did turn up a little bit in Ishura, you were like, oh, this shit kind of turned. Now, the last episode was turned as fuck. They got really live. Farron had a similar path, but now
Similar
Farron's
start.
like on
some
it's
other
found
shit.
its route.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to
some other
go.
shit.
With that shit explained, I get it now. Because what you're saying is pretty much that
Okay.
they're the same but flip flop.
No.
No, that's what you
It's
said.
not even
but-
flip-flop.
No, it's the same, but it's flip flop because Ishura had the fire episode in
The
beginning,
first episode
and
is what I
then-
said.
And then was like, okay, we're falling off for bodybuilding, for world building. But Farron had the world building, then it popped off and had a peak fire fucking
Exactly.
action episode. But
Isn't that what I
Ishura
just said? Isn't
No,
that
you
what I
did. You
said?
said it in
I didn't
the
say
beginning, and I
besides
couldn't
the first
understand.
episode
And then that's
where it
just
popped
said it in
off.
the
It did literally world building.
No, you didn't
Okay.
say that.
What
You
I
said-
Alright.
what I will say is that the
Alright.
first episode of Ashura was so
It was
good.
great. It was
Put
really
your
great.
accent, bro.
I
The
got you.
first
I got
episode
you.
of Ashura was so good that it matches a lot of the hype episodes of Farron. In
Yeah,
terms of action,
really did.
animation, what can be
The
done.
promise was there.
That's all.
Yes.
That's all I will say. Not that,
Yeah.
that it's on the same level as Farron, because Farron has proven that when they want to turn up, they turn up.
Yeah.
But I think that the very first episode of Ashura proved that it could be on the same level
Yeah.
of a lot of the high tier animes right now.
Yeah, it definitely
But they
did.
just kind of fell short on story. So now they just gotta kind of pick it back up, and
And that's exactly what happened with the
it's
world
crazy
building,
because
yeah.
I want to explain that it's not that it really fell short on story, because I feel that way because of what I want to watch.
Yes,
But
yeah.
its story is the story that somebody else would probably be like, I needed that build up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
it wasn't
needed
bad.
to see what was going on because I didn't understand.
You
kinda
literally
want-
have a
kinda need to
character?
know what the world is about, though.
You
That's the
literally
thing.
have a character that can say whatever that she wants and it's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're the way they're like I said, they've built a nice bubble for you to enjoy, but they kind of just wrote it in a way that kind of gave it a bumpy ride.
Right.
You weren't really
Yeah.
knowing what's going on. They give you good, they give you bad. They, oh shit.
It
You
almost
know.
feels a little
And I'm not
fake-
gonna lie.
It almost feels like a little fake state nightish to me, where it's like,
Hmm.
where it's like summoning, like they have visitors and they're summoning people. The story is fire and there's gonna be a war. And,
I can see it.
And
Okay.
The
I can see
storyline
it because you got to think about
the
it.
storyline isn't really fluid, but it's still connected.
You never really followed Fate Stay Night for the story. You followed Fate Stay Night for who's gonna get summoned. And who's
Yeah, for the
not.
people
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
So and you're not following this anime sure for who the fuck's gonna
Well,
solve
we don't
what
know.
city or save what city. What you want to see is the main characters who you see are raw, who they've been introduced
and
to
they're,
you.
they're
Right.
visitors.
You want to see them
Yeah.
fight
They're called
because that's the
visitors.
purpose.
I mean-
they're called visitors. So
I mean-
they're not from it, so they were technically kind of summoned.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Besides Guardian of the Galaxy, what other show did you watch that a tree looks very like menacing and
That was
very
a
freaking
mangrove.
deadly, bro?
Shit was
There was a
mangrove.
mangrove tree that literally
A
mandrake. I'm sorry, a mandrake tree that literally has like what 40 something
40.
different arms. That if he hits you one time and you get sliced with it, you're gonna get poisoned. You're gonna die. Like and there's no surviving, bro.
Yeah, I think
That's it.
That's one of the things I'm saying because like I said, and
That's
it
the essence of the
goes along
show.
with another
Yeah.
one of the comparisons you made with Farron. And it's another comparison I can make. If you just separate the story and you take the characters so far from Ashura,
Right.
and you take the characters from Farron, and you think about what the characters of Farron can do and what the characters of Ashura can do. Relatively speaking, if you just put them, like I would put them in a battlefield and watch them fight each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Honestly,
Honestly.
they kind of went more in depth about their people, so I think that.
I mean, they're more broken. I feel like they're
the
way
Shredder
more
people's
broken.
Way more broken. I
For
think
sure.
Oh no, I understand that, but what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying is,
But I get what
but
you're
again,
saying,
that's
though.
my
I get
point.
it.
That's my
Yeah,
point
yeah.
right there, because you won't say that Ashura is as good as Farron, but the characters of Ashura
Yeah.
are good enough to fight characters of Farron.
Yeah, no, not good enough. They were better.
Duh. Well, there you go. You know what I'm saying? So they give you that's the upside. That they
Yeah.
built you a character
Yeah.
set that doesn't match the story, but the character set is so good that you can whitewash the story a little bit and kind of fold it and be like, fuck that shit, because when they fight, it's gonna be turned.
Right.
Farron, I want to watch the story plus the fight.
Yeah,
I want to
for
know what's
sure.
going on at all times. I don't want to miss no information.
And
Be
they got
honest.
funny
No,
parts
because
and
the thing
stuff
is, to
too,
be
yeah.
honest, the thing is when we first started watching Farron again, it wasn't until like the 5th to 8th episode that we actually got it invested into it.
Yeah.
Because at first it wasn't like, oh yeah, this is cool, and like it didn't seem like it was gonna be like a type of story that we were gonna enjoy, and it turned into one of the best animes we've seen last year.
Yeah, that's facts.
And it's just because it took time to build up. And then the thing is with Ishura is like it started really strong, and
Yeah.
it definitely went down because the other episodes, like I'm not saying they were bad, they were really good, especially introducing the other characters, but they weren't as like hype as like the first episode was.
Not at all.
But now we just get into the part where like, okay, all that build up is actually leading to something. So that's why I'm hopeful for it. Like I think we're like episode between 6 and 8 right now of Ashura, And like I feel like
Seven, right?
yeah, we're on episode 7 if you're sure, and I feel like like I have like a lot of high hopes for this because of all the build up that we've seen, how strong these characters are, and I kind of want to see how they're gonna have to fight each other and how they're gonna win against each other.
Yeah, like how they're gonna battle against each other. Because the main dude that we seen from the first episode, his main goal was just like, yo, I just want to fight the strongest people. So where it's at.
Right.
And you kind of seen where he was just like putting himself in a position.
And did you watch the last episode?
I have not.
Bro, I am not gonna lie, bro, because he fought somebody.
Okay.
Oh, and that shit was lit, bro. And they used
Is it the dude with the sword?
no,
Is the bandit?
nope,
Okay.
nope. And that's the only spoiler I'm gonna give you. The only thing I'm gonna say this is that it used every aspect that makes sense
Yes.
of why like it's so difficult for him to go against this person.
Yes.
And that other person used every aspect of his advantages.
Yes.
And
Because you know how all
love
of these people
it,
have
bro.
their advantages and what they
Yeah,
can do?
yeah.
This fight shows you that those advantages sometimes don't mean shit.
Exactly.
Because there's still somebody that might have a better advantage than you.
And this is the guy that's like, oh, I see your weakness.
No, I
And
don't.
then he's
I
like,
thought you said you wasn't going to say nothing else, nigga.
no,
No,
that's
no,
always
it's-
weak. No, that's his power. That's it.
But now he knows who it is who's fighting.
No, he doesn't. The
I
fuck?
know, he told me
No,
it was
he
the
was-
dude in the beginning that's fighting.
I did say
I already
that.
know that.
I
already
said
know
the
that.
dude in the beginning.
The other guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know the
other
other
guy.
guy.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I
already
said
know
it's the
that.
dude in the beginning.
Yeah,
That's all I said.
yeah,
I told you the guy in the
stop,
beginning.
Yo, stop
All right, my
spoiling
bad.
it, you know?
My bad. You're right. I'm being Ito. My bad.
Yeah, I was like, come
But
on,
it
man.
was a good fight. It was a nice little showcase in fighting. It was nice showcasing multiple people fighting. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. The other guy wasn't even a fight. It was a straight up just okay. We finished with that.
Yeah.
So to wrap this all up, what I would say is that I think from the ending of last year to the beginning of this year, whether it's a new anime or whether it's an anime that's continuing from a
It's been
season
good.
and beyond, what we can expect from the next couple of seasons and moving forward is that we have a lot of animes that are kind of going in different routes but kind of have the same context and texture and allows us to enjoy different avenues of characters and storylines and are really enthralling to us. Whether it's a subcategory anime that you'll just watch on occasion and pop on when you're bored, or it's one of those Shangri-La's or Undead Unlucks that you're every week trying to make a fair and I need to see what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm very happy with what we have going on so far and even more excited for the next seasons of animes that we have coming up
Yeah.
because it's so much to talk about
Promise
and
you.
it literally gives me so much like I want to keep doing this.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
keep making sure that I get this information out because it makes me feel like I'm really invested in the animes that I like watching.
It's like
all the
I
time.
could really put you on.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm gonna tell you some shit that you're gonna go
got
to
some
watch.
shit for you to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let us know what other animes y'all been watching in 2024 in the comments
Yeah.
below. If you like what you've seen, please hit a like and subscribe. It's been another episode. It's your boy Dutch.
Yo, Hohan.
That's it.
Have a great night.
See you later, fellas.
Adios.
Peace.